Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube. Welcome back to Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. I'm your host and game master Skajarmas, otherwise known as Toneshift, and with me today we have, as always, our full cast of players. We have Tom117Z playing Rosa Solwyn, our female Elvon Mithra hybrid watcher.
The abs. They are too many.
The abs. We have Mystic playing Aeon, our male Moogle time mage.
Goodbye.
We have Hades Shadow 92 playing Cassandra, our female human dragoon.
I stab things and give perfect big sisterly advice.
Perfect A+. We have Darkness playing Kunara, our female Lupin warrior.
Rose is going to need some therapy after that.
Probably.
There's
And
many things she needs therapy for.
oh, many. That's here. Let me just double check. I need to rejoin this room as a player, not as a game master. And last but not least, we have Ari playing Kayana, our female Tarufel engineer.
Hello.
So, where last we left off, our intrepid band of adventurers, the Freebirds, had arrived in the city of Windurst along the eastern shoreline of the nation of Lapinia, where they paused for a bit to get some information on the road ahead before venturing on to escort their charge and current employer, a student of history and magic, Ilfric Manamichi, to the capital of Lapinia, Tenori. While en route, they had some very enlightening conversations about Rosa's attractions that I was not planning on at all.
It was supposed to be a private conversation, but then everyone decided no.
You can't hide anything from these ears. They're not just for show.
Especially from Kunara, the serial conversation interrupter.
You mean the one who sneaks up behind us constantly? Like I said, we're gonna put a bell on her one of these days.
That would require
Do
a
that
collar,
and you're
and she
gonna
will
lose
not
a limb.
subject. But regardless, about halfway to their destination, the party was then intercepted in their sleep by a variety of pixie fae folk known as Lunapes that infested the dreams of some of the party, and then, upon being found out, got angry and attempted to fight the party to knock them unconscious so they could get back to suckling upon their dreams. This did not go well, and the Lunapes were summarily dispersed. And upon the note of that combat
None
concluding,
survived.
and upon the note of that combat concluding, the party tucked themselves back in for the night for a good night's sleep. And it is-
Actually, we set off again.
oh right,
Um,
you just set off right out the gate.
At
right?
that point, we were disturbed.
Fuck
Yeah.
sleep.
Well, in that case. So now,
road
it is
again.
upon that note that we
And
shall...
Kanara's used to not having much sleep.
Yeah. Well, either way. And so now we come back in. So,
Some people probably do catch 40 wings in the back of the car. With enough of that.
probably, yeah. So with that in mind, you continue on your way. Over the course of the next few days, your trip takes you, eventually, like as you're getting on towards like the evening of the next day, you pass over a bridge that marks a divide between the sort of open wetland steppe where Windurst is sort of sequestered and out into more open grassland dotted with more populous trees. It's less hilly than the region and valley Windurst is sequestered into, more flat and open, providing this wide, sprawling view as the sun comes up the next day, letting you see, off in the distance, though not in its entirety, the sweeping expanse of the Tarulo forests, largely sort of withered at this point, in large part due to the late winter months, but still sprawling and impressive to look at. Over the course of the day that follows, you continue making your way down the road, drawing closer to the edge of the forest, with Mount Lalafell off to your right, sort of becoming more distant as you follow the curves of the road. And it is upon, I believe it will be, let me see here. It's only another couple of days of travel during which basically nothing of note happens that finally the city of Tenori comes into view. And it is an impressive structure. As you are cresting over a hill, you can see this beautiful assortment of spires and bridges interlocking with one another that preside over this sprawling sort of metropolis that, if looked at from afar, one could mistake it for being a large bowl of marbles, with the way the buildings are shaped and structured as with the typical sort of ovoid egg shape of Tarufel architecture. Sprawling for miles in all directions around it and hugging up against the flow of the river that flows into Lake Reno off to the east, you can see squares upon squares, this great quilt work of farmland. And you can see, even from this distance, people going about their business out in those fields. Farmers tending to what little might be out there at this winter time. It's not necessarily a lot. Most of the crops will have already been taken care of at this point, but they're probably just doing prep for when the time comes to begin planting and harvesting when the new year begins. You can see chocobo patrols mounted with largely Tarufel individuals, so they're a much smaller breed of chocobo, out in the little intersecting roads that crisscross outside of the city. You can see along the walls and along the various spires in the heart of the city glowing runes that are either there purely for show or serve some actual defensive purpose in the event of a siege or an attack. And as you're sort of getting closer after you passed onto the main road, it became much more uniform. You were sort of following just a dirt path that had been broken in by people just following the easiest route through the terrain for when you left Windurst, but now you are on a well-maintained stone brick highway. And there is a fairly hefty degree of in and out traffic of other individuals traveling to and from the north and south between Lolato and Tenori. And you can only imagine the same is true through the southern gate, though you have no line of sight on that as of right now. It is quite an impressive sight.
As we're approaching, how is Kayana looking?
Definitely covering her face.
With what? What are you covering your face with?
Mostly her arms, because she doesn't want anybody to...
So you're just like crossing your arms over your face?
Yeah.
That's gonna look interesting.
Yep.
That
So-
isn't suspicious at all.
So, are you trying to play peekaboo or what?
Is the matter, Kai? Koopa?
Oh. Okay, come on. Okay. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah. You're a little on the quiet side, but we can hear you.
Okay, mostly because I'm trying to... So basically, she's basically just not saying anything because she doesn't know if I didn't know
Alright.
about something.
Okay, so Kayana is being quiet.
So, are we still going into the city because,
I mean,
It's kind of the point of coming here, isn't it?
I mean, I can find my way on my own now if that's all this. If it's going to be any trouble, we're close enough. We're close enough. I can go the rest of the way without being waylaid at this point.
I kind of like to see the city. Kayana, you're acting really weird.
Is there a problem?
No.
You sure? Because if is it like some sort of super evil criminal syndicate that has a bounty on your head or something? Because that'd be awesome.
No.
I'll give you a lollipop if you talk, Koopa.
Sweets I don't do, but I'm sorry, Aeon.
Sandra, Kai's not talking!
Oh.
I mean, kind of was saying things, but yeah.
And Cassandra just sits right over and just says, "So, what's going on?"
She muted herself. I don't know.
Yeah, she's just like trying to turn away.
What'd she say?
You have to
Trying to
tell
turn
us what the
away.
problem is.
Turn
There's
away.
clearly something
Oh.
on your mind.
I know what the problem is. She needs a doctor. Can we stop somewhere to talk to somebody?
No. Doctor.
You ever hear of doctors?
That's not gonna help.
I mean, I don't know anybody who really likes going to the doctor.
Ilfric lifts a finger, opens his mouth, pauses, closes his mouth, and puts his finger away.
Dude.
I'm starting to think that
wanna be here.
something tells
Why?
me it's family-related stuff, isn't it?
Oh, what, you got an old boyfriend you don't want to see?
No.
No!
Like I
If
ever
it-
would have one. Gee.
Girlfriend?
Then I'm gonna go with my theory.
No. Diana was right on that one.
I mean, Elfric said he can make it, but we don't have to go in if we, you kind of... Something bad would happen if we did.
I had to come anyway, but had to confront it.
Confront what?
Ari's muted again.
Yeah, I think her family just keeps popping in.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, while we're waiting for that to resolve, I'm just going to shift us to the technical difficulty screen again.
Technical difficulties, Kupo.
Hey.
Oh, speaking of music, I need the
Kupo, 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 Kupo.
There's the sound of Aeon freaking hitting the box that's supposed to be keeping the recording up.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, Kupo, 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 Kupo. It's like a dance.
Off the work she goes.
Oh my
Can
god.
I just? I keep hearing all the Koopas. I don't know why I'm thinking of it, the Oompa Loompa song. Like I just hear Koopa and say Koopa, Koopa.
My god.
We're fucking lunatics. We're a bunch of lunatics. I love it.
They are a bunch of
Welcome to have
lunatics.
us.
I would say Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but Oompa Loompas replaced with Aeon, but there wouldn't be a factory left.
No, there
all my
wouldn't. You eat the entire thing. He'd devour the entire place. He literally would be like the big fat Moogle you see in Final Fantasy game, where he just with the little flappy wings.
Yeah, alright.
That would have been funny, though. I did have another chocolate factory, but hiring Moogles to run it was probably the worst idea I've ever made in my career.
What did I miss?
Okay, guys, quiet down. Ari, you're back. What happened?
Lots of things.
What you missed, we were singing the Oompa Loompa song, but it was just Kupo.
Oh my god.
Yep.
We are a bunch
Then
of
one of
people.
us died of laughter.
Last thing Rosa said was, confront what?
I think she mentioned it, saying I was white or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kayana. Yeah, she said something about Kayana being right on that one.
Kunara.
Kunara, yeah.
Ah,
Let me see.
I just got out of work.
It's
No,
all
No,
right,
no,
it's
no.
all right.
I was getting no. I'm sorry. I was getting confused myself.
hmm.
It's all good.
Yep.
So it's a family thing.
Hmm.
Well, is there somewhere we should avoid specifically?
If I have to see him, then let's go. Let's go. I need to get out of this car.
Okay, Alfric, where are we going? You might need to direct us.
My friend and I, Walter and I, we have a little space we're renting out during our stay here, a little two-man apartment, sort of in the residential districts in the lower ring of the city. East side, it's not anything particularly grand. What?
Paris.
Ferrets.
East side.
That's also my sister.
Wait, were the ferrets or your sister?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. It was both.
Alright, east side. Just tell me if I'm going the right way.
Will do. Alright, so you head down the road into the city proper, passing through the large gates, which are very resplendent to look at, and immediately you are hit by just a wall of sound and activity comprised almost entirely of little potato people as the Tarfel are going about their business, and it is clear why this is the capital of Lapunia. You guys are like, as you're coming into this city, are like some of the only non-Tarufel previsible. So you're getting a lot of eyes like, ooh, the big people have come.
Yeah, and then
I'm taller than everyone. This is a new experience.
I'm not that big, Koopa.
No, but you are.
I'm sure you get used to it.
Oh
like
yeah,
I
Kanara
have.
in particular is getting looks like, whoa!
Giant wolf lady. Please don't eat us.
I'm just imagining a little kid, Tarufel. It's just like,
Can we climb you?
I would not advise that.
Oh, we're making our way through the potato patch.
Yep.
The potato.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
The racism of Thanatos returns.
It was not Rosa that said that. That was Tom that said that.
Anyways, so you carry on following Ilfric's directions. And Kayana, are you still covering your face, or are you just going along, or are you like lying down in the wagon or something? What you doing?
yeah, she's just she just doesn't care at this point. If someone sees her, whatever happened.
Okay.
I hear dice rolling.
Okay. If the rest of you can make awareness checks for me, please.
Oh,
okay.
And just for my
Yeah,
own
low
clarity,
awareness
Kayana
check.
has like hopped out of the wagon and is walking alongside at this point.
oh, so that means you'd be beside.
Oh,
guess
I thought
Kanara,
everyone
because
but-
she's always at the wagon.
Yeah, I thought everyone
She's
now was
hiding.
still in the back.
I could see her hiding under your cape.
I'm just asking because I remember Ari's saying in Kayana's voice like, "Ugh, I need to get out of this wagon."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kayana's walking then.
So I bet Kanara, if she is by the cape, Kanara would probably just be like, get off the cape.
I just thought it was a
Pretty
cute
protective
idea.
about
It's just like her hiding under it.
Under the cape.
Yeah, she probably briefly there, and then Kanara just realizes like,
Of course, there's
Yeah, like
there's
she
a
follows
tail
behind.
under that.
Okay,
There's a tail under that cape though.
There is.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Just use
Aeon
the scraps
being
of Thanatos' cloak.
Oblivious.
Use Caius as
Okay.
Leave me alone, Cassandra!
by the way, I rolled a awareness, was it?
Awareness.
Awareness, yes.
12 in total.
12 in total. All right, so
do I
and
need to-
Kayana and you can roll if you want, Kayana, but it's not necessary for you because you kind of know.
Yeah.
Start off with my favorite number.
Yeah,
12.
I'm just gonna
This
go.
is good.
Just you guys will go ahead because I'm.
She's accepted now.
All right. All right. So everyone except Aeon gets it. So Aeon, you're kind of busy just like rotating 90 degrees backwards to stare up at the tall building, just like whoa. But for the rest of you, as you're walking, you catch just every so often, your group is of course catching a lot of looks just because you very much stand out in this city. But more than that, you're noticing that like as eyes sort of fall on your group, every so often those eyes will then trail down specifically to Kyanna and just kind of follow her as you're going. No one seems inclined to approach or say anything, but you are noticing, you guys, that Kyanna is getting looks. And Kyanna, you are very conscious of this. You kind of suspected that coming in.
Guys, we're being stared at.
Well, I mean, the gigantic wolf lady probably attracts a lot of attention.
I don't know, the eye's a bit more downwards for that. Kayana, you some sort of rock star?
No.
Oh.
Some kind of big mafia's daughter is gonna have us all killed.
I'll be right back.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
I don't know.
Sandra, look at all these buildings!
They're
Like
tall!
That's all!
just seeing Aeon just like floating on his back, just looking up at all these buildings and just not even realizing that everybody's staring.
Not even realizing there's a potentially serious conversation going on. It's just like, ooh, that's tall.
Oh, look at that! That's so pretty! Oh, that was taller, Koopa! Woo!
He just flips her.
Aeon,
Okay,
just
back.
keeping you.
Okay.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I was just like making a joke because like you're not some kind of big mafia's daughter is gonna have us all killed, are you?
Daughter of something, but not getting you killed.
Okay.
Did you have to leave the city because bad things happened?
Yeah, she went quiet now because after you said that.
I think you hit the
Oh.
nail on the head there, Rosa.
It's not a
I
nail. I
figured
don't have a
that.
hammer. I have a bow.
It's a figure of speech.
Indeed you do.
Hmm.
Then I guess Rosa hit the bullseye, Koopa?
Nice one, Aeon.
Which I'm pretty sure we established. There was family problems. Although, what's with all the gazing eyes? What do they have involved? Unless they happen to be relatives.
Like I don't any people here.
Hmm.
Well. So, minus all the staring that we're possibly going to deal with later, let's go get paid first, eh?
Yes, please.
Looking at Elfric during this conversation, does it look like he knows what's going on? Because he's from this city.
Awareness check. Roll it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 again.
11. All right. Well, I mean, he was making an acting check and he only rolled an 8, so you see through it. So he definitely sort of seems to have the sort of a shared look of concern that Kyanna has, but he's being tight-lipped.
Do we all see this, or is it just Rosa?
Rose is the only one who was looking.
I'm not gonna bother with Dayon because he's too busy looking at buildings.
Yeah.
Changing Koopa. Mr. Elfric, you're from here, or you live here, right?
I've lived here for a few years now, yes.
So, you and Kyanna know each other, or of?
He sort of looks over at you, Kyanna.
which she sort of looked at him. And she's like giving him the go ahead at this point.
Okay. In answer to your question, no, I don't know Kayana personally. That said, I do know of her vaguely by reputation. I won't go into
What kind of reputation?
the family drama kind. She's from an influential family. I don't want to go into too many details without her expressly giving consent. But there was some drama that happened in her family that pretty much the whole city heard about. And that it wasn't all that long ago.
Maybe we should just finish this job and get out.
Yeah, maybe the best.
Do you...
It's still fresh. I don't really want to open an old, a fresh wound.
Diana, do you want to just leave when we're paid? Or...
She just nods because she still doesn't want to be here.
All right. Yep. Paid, and then we get out of here.
I'm just gonna have Aeon just go up to Kai and just gently grab her hand and say,
We'll do best for Kai. Whatever Kai wants to make her happy. Goodbye.
Which Kai kind of slightly smiles.
Aw.
Sorry if we pushed you too much there. It's just kind of weird.
Fine.
Okay. Money bags, give us the money!
We're almost there, Aeon.
Yeah, we're nearly there, just around this corner.
I did have a thing with Kanara in mind.
Well, what would that be?
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay. All those who are laying eyes on us, convert your gaze.
You're just announcing it?
Oh, no, you're just...
Yeah.
No, don't
Unless you have
make a
some-
scene.
Unless you have something to say, carry on whatever you're doing. We won't be here long.
Big
And
wolf
when
lady with
I-
massive anime sword is glaring back.
True.
Why did I imagine Kai just covering her face in embarrassment? She's like, oh my god.
Cool, now you can't threaten them.
Okay,
It wasn't a threat. It was
So
more
what-
of a...
So how does
Back
the
off sort of thing.
townspeople react?
Kanara,
Oh, no.
go ahead and make me a negotiation check.
Oh, great.
But you may
That's what
use
you
your
did.
your force instead of your negotiation skill if you so wish to substitute for intimidation.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine she was pretty forceful about it, so there.
Big scary wolf lady with big scary anime sword.
Three
Yeah,
times the
giant,
size of
it's-
the
ginormous.
city.
Yeah, it's basically just Ichigo Zangetsu.
Well,
But as big as her.
I guess the one she got stuck with, yeah.
Yeah, the one you're
That's
using,
all-
the one you're using right now. The one
Yes,
that's part of
which
your
is most
original.
useful.
The one that's part of your original artwork. That one ain't it yet.
Nah, that's gonna be way later.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Roll.
I just hope...
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Roll your dice gently on the board. Merrily, merrily,
Okay.
merrily, merrily. Fuck, it's a
One
bunch of
fell off
ones.
again.
I was going... I was going to say, fuck, it's a crit fail.
Fuck, it's a bunch
Nah.
of ones.
I see a 4, one rolled off
Ends.
screen.
Yep, one
Yeah,
4.
so-
Roll the other.
That was a 4.
6.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, I think I definitely got it.
Oh, no.
What's the
That's
total?
10 there, plus your 4s. What's your 4s?
4, so that's 14.
14. Damn. Okay. So
Yeah,
you make
Wolf
that.
Lady's scary.
So yeah, you sort of you cast that guy around and you make that little decoration. Hey, stop looking at us unless you got something to say. And pretty much everyone nearby is like, oh, shit, and sort of like immediately averts their gaze. Now I would like you to roll me a d12, please.
Okay, I got a D12.
Please
Yay.
tell me please tell me a guard didn't hear that and you're gonna get us in trouble.
What's a tiny little soldier gonna do to her?
Exactly.
Where there's one soldier, there's more. There's probably 100.
It's a 9.
It's a 9. Okay, so
9?
Oh, boy.
as you're sort of saying this, you do actually see not that there are like a couple of guards on patrol not far away.
Oh no.
They don't approach, but they do sort of slow their walk and sort of start keeping an eye. You have drawn attention, but not intervention.
Okie dokie.
Smooth move, dog breath.
Should I
Watch
give
your
them
tongue,
candy?
human.
Should I give them a lollipop, Sandra?
Let's save that for when we're really in trouble, Aeon.
Yes.
You'll be our secret weapon.
Yee, Koopa.
All right. So after another couple minutes, you come around a little bend, and finally you come up to, Ilfric sort of signals, all right, here we are. And you come to a stop, and you are by, just like all the others, a sort of upward curving, sort of sloped, sort of like, it's like if you took an egg and then just stretched it along one of its side axes is really, really long. So, but either way, it's lined with windows. It's definitely an apartment complex. And Ilfric sort of hops out of the wagon. Well, here we are then. This is the place. And he
So
turns
what kind of place is it, you say?
It is an apartment complex. It is a Tarrafel-designed apartment complex. But it looks like it has spaces that are sized out to accommodate the non-Tarrafel as well. This is the place. Walter will be up a little higher up there in one of the rooms. Either that or he'll be at the lab we're renting out, but that's a non-issue. And he turns back around to the restroom and starts reaching into his pack. Now, as promised, your payment. And the party communal gil is bumped by a solid 500 gil.
Sweet.
So the party now has 740 gil to throw around.
Neat.
Not refusing this one.
Well, of course not. This is
I
only
think-
the this is only the start of something much bigger, I'm sure. Now, come on, we gotta get out of this.
Well, Mr. Elfric, do you need anything else from us?
At present, I should be fine. Walter and I are usually pretty good about managing our affairs ourselves, but if I should need you, I'll see if I can get in touch. That said, you lot are a delight to watch, so if you have need of anything yourselves at some point, it would be my pleasure to help out, if say it was like doing some research or investigating an item, something of that effect. I'm not sure, but if you need my expertise, I'd be happy to pay you back for the escort in that way.
So if we ever need a nerd, look you up. Got it.
Pretty much, yes.
What's wrong with nerds? I'm a nerd.
Well,
I don't believe she said
sorry.
there was anything wrong with nerds.
It's the way she said it.
She just kind of pinches Rose on the cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
See,
I know I'm gonna stay. Oh, sorry.
like I said, delightful.
Koopa.
Ow. That tail swishes
Anyway,
irritably.
So, all for getting out of the freaky city of little people before Kai gets noticed by somebody who actually knows her?
well, I was gonna say before that.
Go ahead.
Well, since you are from here and know quite a lot of knowledge, and I know we're in a hurry. However, where are the nearest, like, supplies or anything that could be of value to us on our travels? Such as blacksmiths.
Fine. Follow me.
So you're going to the
I
shops
was talking
then?
to him, but
Uh-oh.
okay.
I mean, she's from here too, so.
Yeah, but he did
Like-
ask anything on information, so I thought, all right.
And before we go, I'm just gonna give the guy like a
Literally
lollipop
live
before we
here.
go.
Thank you.
Here you go, Moneybags. Thanks for your help, Koopa.
Why am I money bags?
You should know by now just to go with it.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so y'all are heading for the shops then?
Alright, what do you want?
Yep, and I guess just my own personal needs.
You know, for someone who said in the beginning of this little journey that you didn't much care for Gil, you sure like to spend it.
Unfortunately, this place requires it, which aggravates me. And
How
I
much-
must admit, I don't exactly have the spare time I used to craft whatever I need. on
Oh,
my
you would if
adventures.
you actually sat in the back of the cart rather than walking.
I refuse.
Then there is no one to blame but your own fluffy self.
Okay, kids, let's go.
Last time I checked, you're more of a kid than I am.
How about you
Ooh. Was referring to, I assume, Cassandra and not Kyanna on that one.
Nope.
Because we've already seen how bad that can go with Kyanna. I am a Taruthel adult!
Yes, let's not raise our voice in village.
City, this is a bustling metropolis.
City.
Anyway, so what type of store are you going for? What are you trying to acquire?
What are you trying to acquire?
Well, I suppose accessories could be useful.
So you're wanting to go shopping for accessories?
Well, more like materials to make them.
So you're wanting to do another synthesis.
You have that that moon thing from last session as well.
Yeah, the Lumidust.
I'm keeping that in mind for something much later.
Okay.
Lord.
Well, either way, well, what type of accessory are you wanting, or are you just like wanting to just fuck around on that front?
That was close.
Something that would make it, I suppose, like a decent necklace.
Okay, I mean,
Necklace
okay,
too, I guess.
All right, so like if you're trying to like make an accessory
Or amulet. Yeah, it's an amulet.
or an amulet.
Tier 2.
All right, tier
So-
2. All right, trying to craft that yourself would run about fucking. It would run you about 250 gil
Oh, dear.
to craft it with a synthesis check. But you got to remember, crafting an accessory would fall under tinkering, not weapons. So you would not
Which
get your
would mean
synthesis.
That's what's
bonus.
going to bring up,
Yeah, so that'll be more Kyanna's specialty.
Yep.
which is going to bring that up. And with Kyanna's help, since she's the tinkerer, the group.
If it gets me one step to leaving, sure, whatever, let's go. That's
I
what
was
I see
asking
her
the
saying.
DM.
Yeah, you can hear her just going, "Come on, I want to leave."
I'm asking DM the question. This is out of game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, out of character. If Kyanna were the one to take the lead on crafting that, then Kyanna would get the tinkering bonus for the synthesis check. But Kyanna would also be the one making the roll, not you. Yeah. And it would still only get one property, which you would need to choose in advance. And being tier 2. It would take some time to craft if you didn't have a workshop to work with, like a workbench. If you were just crafting it out in the wild, it would take a while. So if you
How much skill do you say we have?
you guys have 740. To attempt to craft it would run you 250 gil. Just buying a tier 2 accessory would run you 500.
Yeah, so I'm going for the cheaper option.
Yeah. Crafting is a lot cheaper, but it does run the risk of failure and wasting the materials.
What materials would one need to
Well,
Um,
metals.
I'm looking at the sample accessories, and there's one that negates Holden's racial vulnerability to shadow damage. I think that would be appropriate for the necklace I'm wearing if I could.
I have my own
I don't.
in mind. Don't do
I don't
Oh,
think
wait,
you
hold
can
on a
make
second.
something like that.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I might have misread. See, I'm trying to zoom in on this damn thing, but for some reason, the zoom in.
I mean, I'm looking
button-
on. Yeah, sample accessories. I'm looking at cost. The basic ones are 250. Gil.
Right. What is the cost of tier 2? Is it 500 or 600 in the universal list?
It
Tier
was 600
two is
if you
600.
buy it brand new.
Okay, so it wouldn't be
So it'd
250
probably
to
be
craft.
300 half.
Yeah, it would be 300 half. I'm sorry, like the thing is kind of zoomed out a little bit on my screen, so the rulebook details can get a little fuzzy. So yeah, it would be 300 to craft.
No worries.
And like, if we were gonna, if I want to craft an accessory for Rosa, but it was kind of flavored as enchanting the one she currently has to do something, how would I go about that?
That would basically be exactly the same thing. You would just
Except you don't get bonuses.
yeah, like you would just make the synthesis check with the property you want being applied to the item upon its creation.
Which, since you mentioned that, Tom, I guess in game.
Well, give me a second. I'm just reading the rules before I address it in game. Tier 1, 250, so that would be 125 to try, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
Yes.
Alright, so as we're going about shopping for various accessories, you see Rosa kind of tinkering idly with her necklace and just.
Well,
Well, we're thinking about knickknacks and stuff. This takes the dull, dead amber around her neck, takes the necklace off and shows it. I mean, I've been thinking for a little while, and maybe I could do something with this because, I mean, inert amber isn't entirely useless, and the right materials, skill, and time, and maybe your help, it might be able to kind of, I guess, enchant it a bit to have some kind of effect, maybe to mitigate the effects of shadow, for instance, since it's amber. At least that's the theory I'm working on. I've been looking into it a bit. Takes out her spellbook and starts flicking through it idly.
As a mechanical reminder, it would need to be tier 4 to resist shadow damage.
I'm looking at the sample accessories. And in the tier 1, one of them says negates the racial trait.
Huh.
Plus,
I have absolutely no idea why it says that, because in the universal property list, according to Element Ward. Let's see here.
yeah, it wouldn't be.
yeah, like
Element
one of
Ward-
the in sample accessories, one of the tier 1 accessories says negates the holder's racial vulnerability to shadow damage.
Yeah,
It doesn't give resistance, but it just
I think that's more just like. I think that's more just like it's specifically your character has that racial vulnerability because if you're not humanoid, then you don't have it.
Fair.
yeah, and that's
Like
useless.
Rocket, for example, didn't have that.
Like, it's not giving you resistance to shadow, it's just getting rid of your
that
racial vulnerability.
thing.
Right, so it classifies a special ability then, I suppose.
Basically, what Rose is kind of insinuating is that kind of using the enchanting the amber to using its dead latent properties to shield herself with a thin layer of shadow to negate it.
Right?
Sounds a bit advanced for me at this point in time.
I mean, I can run through the magical stuff, but especially using the materials and the extra bits I'll need to add, which I might need some help from either you or Kayana. You're kind of good at that stuff, aren't you?
Blocked out.
Although, just to check, would that be a tier 4 thing or
Tier 1.
tier 1?
I kind of clocked out for a second. What happened?
Rosa's asking Kayana's help in enchanting her necklace to mitigate the humanoid weakness to shadow.
Oh, sorry, don't worry. I kind of was blanking out myself.
She's talking magic mumbo jumbo.
I'm just gonna go look at the buildings again.
Let's go look at the buildings.
Again, Kayana, I can handle the magic enchanting, but when it comes to the actual tinkering and adding materials to make this work, I'll need the skill myth. Because I didn't work with metals, kind of.
I need distraction, so yeah, okay.
All right.
I guess you're gonna get double the extraction.
Well, I have some of the materials I need. I've been making notes, so costs about 125 gil. If that's okay with everyone?
It's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right.
Let's say we're pretty good on other supplies for now, so we can be a little adventurous with the guild until our next job.
All right. And is Kunara still going after the tier 2 accessory, or are you just letting Rosa do her thing for now?
Yeah, both.
Yes,
We can
still go
we can
for it.
afford both.
To do both would add up to 425 gil spent.
We can afford it.
All right.
A few hundred left over.
All right. So that would leave the party with 315 gil left. Now, here is the thing that needs to happen first. So because we know exactly what property Rosa is going for, let's do that one first. That's going to be a tier 1 accessory. So, and Kayana's the one spearheading that. So, Kayana,
Yeah.
if you could go ahead and make for me a synthesis tinkering check. Your DC, your difficulty target, the number you have to beat, is going to be a 7.
So for flavor, as we're doing this, we set up in the back of the cart. Rosa takes her necklace down. As Kayana gets to work, she takes out her spellbook and begins to weave the necessary enchantments.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, roll for the tinkering.
Yep, 2D.
Yep.
Yep, go ahead and just 2d6 and add your tinkering skill.
And I have to look damn thing. Who's texting me? Not the time.
No texting.
I am in the middle of something. Shut up.
I'll take the phone, Koopa.
Oh,
No, I don't want that.
Aeon takes the phone and then immediately downloads like 4,000 gacha games with like a billion layers of malware and crypto miners in them.
I have drawings in there. I don't want them to delete.
Bless you.
Ow. I am in pain.
No, Koopa.
I am in pain. Immense
You want
pain.
a lollipop? Will it make you feel better?
Yes, thank you.
Yee!
Aeon just magically just ejecting a lollipop into the air to get to the magical DM that's talking or the only
Wait, my
people-
god senses are tingling. He is sick. Eject!
My god, senses are tingling. Is that what you just said to me?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are God.
I mean, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Just imagining
so-
eject and then the thing just disappearing, all of a sudden just Skidarma's just getting smacked in the face by a lollipop.
It just shoots
So
right in the mouth.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Okay, anyway, roll 2d6 and then the tinkering, right?
Yep, add your
Ah.
tinkering.
Okay. Okay, can you freaking do it? Damn it! There we go.
13. There, yeah,
13,
very
damn.
nice.
You only
Yay.
need to get a 7.
Nice.
Like I said, smart.
Yeah, all right. So as you settle down in the back of the cart, I assume with Cassandra driving it for the time being as you're working,
Yeah.
it is a marvel to watch Kayana work as she just starts pulling out a whole bunch of tools from her pack and her satchel that you hadn't noticed before. Little wrenches, little soldering irons, blowtorches, a bunch of duct tape, and a whole bunch of other little things and adhesives and other engineering tools that you do not know the function of. And it is fascinating to watch as your two notably different sort of fields sort of mix, as you're weaving an enchantment and Kayana is primarily using like this little like scratchy needle tool to sort of mark little places for the magic to flow into, creating like little rune notches to hold the enchantment and house it. And as the magic energy is flowing from your book in these little swirls of pale blue and green into the various runes, Kayana then sort of brushes over it with a brush dipped in some sort of glossy, transparent fluid that then sort of solidifies over the etchings where the magic now glows, and creates sort of a natural sealant, like nail polish or invisible wax. And when all is said and done, and a quick pass over with some sandpaper to just polish it all up and get it smooth looking, your necklace, after about an hour of work, is complete. So now you just take normal damage from Shadow, so long as you have that necklace equipped.
So as Kayana finishes her work and Rosa finishes up the enchantment by snapping her book shut and letting green energy flow towards the necklace, turning more towards black, you see the necklace, probably for the first time in over a century, very briefly glow a small orange before dulling once again. Did it work? That's... Oh, I like the craftsmanship, Kayana. Thanks.
You're welcome. At least it gives me a distraction.
Rosa, you look so pretty.
She's putting the necklace on. Oh, that feels kind of funny.
Good, now let's just find. Now we just gotta find a shadow demon to throw some kind of evil shadow magic at you and see if it hurts a little more.
Not enough, but at least
I
be a bit more
vote
prepared.
not.
Yeah, demons aren't a thing anymore.
Although
Anyways.
Kanala has been watching carefully how she crafts it, because she wasn't curious.
Right.
Since she's more used to forging weapons.
Right. Well, regardless, now we need to move on to what Kunara is working with Kayana to craft. You only get one property, even on a tier 2 accessory. What property are you after?
Accuracy.
Accurate?
Accurate, yeah.
All right. It grants a +1 to the user's accuracy, +1 to their avoidance, or a +2 on all opposed rolls. Which one are you going for? Accuracy, avoidance, or opposition?
I would say accuracy.
Accuracy. All right. And you want it to be like an amulet?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, as this is going to be a tier 2 accessory, it will take 2 hours to craft.
Ah.
Yeah.
Which I also have.
And it should be noted, like, you guys arrived, you guys arrived in the afternoon. You spent a while dropping off Ilfric, and then you spent an hour gathering up supplies and making this necklace, and now you're spending another 2 hours making this amulet, so you guys have spent quite a while in the city at this point. I assume while you're working, you'll just, like, tuck your wagon off in some out-of-the-way place.
Mm-hmm.
In an alley somewhere, we're in the back of the wagon, just working on it.
All right. So, it takes you a little bit to gather up the remaining supplies, but... once again, crafting time, because everyone's just relying on Kayana for this.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Can I just
Kayana.
say like Cassandra's just like laying on a roof somewhere, just taking in some sun.
Yeah, sure. All right,
Like,
Kayana.
just on the roof, like on the building, like right above them.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and Kayana, one more tinkering check, please.
Leave the difficulty.
You can
target.
do it.
This one is 9.
Yep, this one's going to be a difficulty target of 9 instead of 7.
Come on, Kai. You are a smart little cookie.
Honey.
Okay.
Duh.
I'm just gonna, like, as Cassandra's on the roof, I'm just gonna go over and cover the sun away from you.
Wait, what?
I'm just gonna float in
11.
front of you so the sun doesn't hit you.
And it's just blocking the sunlight. To be fair, unfortunately, it is kind of a cloudy day today, so you're not getting much sun anyway.
Hey, what are you doing?
Cloudy days are worse for your skin.
Just wanting to relax up here and get some sun. But I guess cloudy days, there's no sun day after.
All right, so over the course of the as you're
He pokes the floof. She pokes the floof.
okay.
The roof has been
Lollipop rolls out.
puffed. Lollipop Kupo?
All right.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So, over the course of the next couple of hours, Kayana, with some sort of like design instruction from Kunara, sort of watching over your shoulder, you set to work on an amulet. What do you want it to look like, Kunara?
Well, that's what I'm sending you.
Oh, you're sending me a thing. Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Now, the reason is... Give me a sec.
just send
there
it
we go.
swiftly.
Basically, the top one is that coloration and background, where the bottom one is that head and the...
Okay. All right. So, with
And
instruction, so with instruction from Kunara, Kayana, you set about taking the various pieces that you've been brought and start sort of blending and molding them into a very specific shape. And it's largely made of like fairly common silvers and whatnot, but it's very sort of specific in the patterns. And before long, you've got this sort of silvery, rustic-looking amulet with a wolf's face sort of emblazoned into it. And it's given these sort of little small bits of specifics in the enchantment you're going for with this thing to increase one's accuracy, it has just this very faint little. It's a little more shiny than one would expect, given the materials, a little more reflective. But after about 2 hours, it's getting on towards sunset, and the project is complete. Darkness, you are free to share the pictures of what your thing looks like in chat if you so wish.
Oh, sure. I'll do that.
Also, what did I imagine when Kunara is like basically just describing it and Kayana is just like drawing it out, and she shows it to her like that.
Yeah, like kind of, yeah, like that would be part of the process. A sketch would be in the design phase.
Mm-hmm.
And so the top picture's basically the coloration and the background, like a shield-looking shape. And the bottom one is basically what the wolf head would look like. Right,
Wolf wearing a wolf head amulet. A lot of wolves going on around here.
That's a lot
Kunara
of wolf.
takes her necklace with its new casing and enchantment held within said casing. Snap!
Mm-hmm.
What?
We've got necklaces.
She's just looking confused.
We've got necklaces. Kind of a, snap.
And that would be the chain. Well, sort of.
Yours is a wolf. Mine is
Amber.
the fire-soaked blood of a dead god. So
Yes. The sounds of it, you make my amulet sound less impressive now, but... And then she's holding it out to you.
I don't know. I like the wolf.
Well,
What does it
and
do?
then helps with your accuracy. I have plenty myself. Besides, I have the more treasured thing right here. Pokes to her cape.
So
I
you're-
have the cape of Wolvane, and you have now, I guess, an amulet I appropriately named Wolvane's Sight. May it guide you well, if you ever choose to wear it.
Such a special name. This is just, I guess, just kind of a Black Storm heirloom. I don't really have a name for it beyond that. It's not really my name. It's Grandma Panara's, after all.
Hmm.
Hope she didn't mind the modification.
Hmm.
So
Well-
you're giving Rosa the amulet?
Yep.
Does
Well-
she wear 2 necklaces?
Oh no, I gave it to examine.
No, it's actually...
She's gifting it to you.
Wait, what?
Think of it
Oh.
as as the term goes, a late gift.
But you don't need to do that. Also, out of character, can't I only wear one accessory at a time?
Yeah.
I
you
know, but
So,
still sticking to the plan regardless. I've been planning for a while.
yeah, Kanara's been wanting to do that for a while. Dark Dust brought it up to me in chat, like in session 2.
Wow, I didn't realize. I appreciate it. Thanks. Glop hug.
She's still trying to get used to that.
And hey, at least
You
Kanara
know-
is being friendly with the group now, kind of.
You no longer get a choice.
Mm.
How ironic that the one she's getting along with the most is the cat.
I
Well-
heard that Shadowgrasp.
Well, that was out of character. Cassandra's currently on top of a building.
Yeah, give it a minute and it's gonna be mass
I heard
hysteria.
that Thanatos from the grave.
Anywho,
Yeah.
Canals wants to her, like, while she accepts it and then slowly, like, moves it back a bit.
I'll keep hold of this if it's. I mean, I think I can only use one enchanted object at a time. They might kind of clash if I try to overlap enchantments. But
It's understandable.
I'll keep hold of it. Just let me know if you ever need it back or anything, because you spent all that time and money building it, and it's a shame if it didn't.
I sure Wovane would like you to have it.
Oh, Vane, is that not just a necklace? Is that a person?
And she goes cold a minute and then... Wovane was my father.
Oh. Oh. Thank you, Mr. Kunara's dad.
Appreciate it.
I forgot that was his name. I was getting kind of confused. Like, wait, hold on. Is this something significant to your backstory that I forgot?
Yes, as it turns out.
Can I have Cassandra just drop down onto the cart behind Rosa? It's like, hey, that's really cool.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, a gift from Kunara that I'm still not entirely sure why, but I like it. Kind of.
So no reaction to her just dropping down behind you all of a sudden?
Well, Canal surely walks away and silent as soon as he saws you.
But again, Rosa's not surprised or anything? Or
Dragoon
startled?
on roof, it was inevitable.
Dragoon on roof, it was inevitable. Zane.
Also slightly focused on the necklace right now.
It was like, she just looks at it, nice craftsmanship.
Yeah, and on this one, presents the Blackstorm Heirloom. Kind of did a lot of work. I kind of felt bad that I enchanted this. Now that I might have held back when Kunara was making this for me.
Yeah. You can always, yeah, we can make it work.
I'll
Say,
keep it on
Kai,
me. I can always swap out.
I said, Kai, with work like this, you can open your own accessory shop. You can make a mint.
I mean, think of it like this. I
And it
suppose.
should be
Now you
noted.
just-
It should be noted. The things that you craft, if you sell them at a store prior to them seeing any use, you actually can sell them for their full price. Or near enough to their full price. So you can actually get a profit with higher end items if you roll well enough. Assuming, of course, that you have the
That-
time.
On. Are you snickering?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you snickering?
I'm trying not to, sorry.
Is it the video I
Kadar
posted?
was- Yes.
What the video?
But yeah, as Cassandra makes the comment about opening up a shop, Rosa frowns a bit. Did your family do that already? Is that what they do here? Tinkering, making things?
Yeah, other things as well.
Was she gonna, for now, pocket the Wolvane necklace out of the inventory?
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell it?
Hang on a sec.
I put it in chat.
Oh, never mind. I think he's got it. There you go.
As it sounds, good, good.
Yeah, I can pump out 3,000 words in an hour when I'm on a roll. It's good.
So that's a +1 to
Okay.
accuracy, you say?
Yep.
All right, that's in my inventory. So
Mhm.
in combat, that's just a standard action to swap out, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be a standard action to swap from one to the other.
All right. For now, rocking the Black Swamp.
Yeah. Wait, so I was going to point out, think about it like this. You have now ways to adapt to certain situations. If you require more range, you got it. If you require go up against bloody demons, then bring out
Or
the
anything that you-
If I'm
protection.
rolling like shit for accuracy, I can swap.
All right, well, regardless.
And now you think about it, you're going to get a +2. One from that, and one from Kanara's ability when she goes commando at any time.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm imagining
space
Kanara
for
going
bonuses.
commando in a different way. And
I was to say, there's only space for commando.
No.
Be careful of
Commando.
your wording for that darkness.
I'm going commando.
I think Rambo would be more closer.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So
Well,
what
either.
time of day is it?
It is evening at this point. The sky is starting to turn like yellows and reds as the sun is setting. You've spent a while on that.
So are we staying here and then leaving in the morning, or are we leaving right away?
I know we're supposed to, but those items did take longer to craft than I thought.
Or I think Kai would probably want us to not be here any longer than we have to, so we could probably just go out and camp out in the wild.
Mhm.
Well, we can stay here for. I mean, it'll take forever.
Maybe get us just a cheap inn near the edge of the city by the gate, so we can get out quick in the morning. Samina?
Yeah, I could take. I know a few places.
I can't zoom in any further, damn it.
So where we actually get to sleep in an actual bed. That'd be nice.
I'd probably be more outside of the city, to be honest.
Just make sure.
And don't worry, I won't go far. Heck, you could even probably see any smoke from a fire I would make.
Have you ever slept in a bed?
And she's not going to answer that as she's just walking off.
Okay then. I think I have my answer.
Okay, so Kayana, you are leading them to an inn.
Yes.
All right. Do you have a name in mind, or shall I just make one up?
I can't make up a name. I literally.
It's all good. All right, so give me a second here. Why is the text so big? No, I want it to be normal size text. The damn thing likes to fuck with me.
As for me, I was just trying to zoom in to see the distance, and yeah, screw it. I say those trees are way out of bounds.
Yeah. Yeah, you aren't going all the... Yeah, that's a multi-day trek on foot. You aren't going there. Sorry.
Yep, that's fine. You find a place to sleep.
Yeah, I got you. Where the hell is the button that decreases text size? I can't find it. There's no button to decrease the size of my text in this window. It pisses me off. Ah. Oh, there it goes. Fucking...
Skyrim music. Pretty chill.
Skyrim.
All right, so, so this particular inn that you lead your companions to, Kayana, is called the Sprouting Flower. It's near the edge of town, sort of not terribly far away from the gates, and so it's a fairly cheap but clean establishment. And as
Does
you
it have a spot to hitch up Fluffy for the night?
Yeah, it has like the sort of a long sort of line of posts where there are a few other chocobos sort of hitched up that are already kind of napping. There's sort of a trough with plenty of water and a few patches with greens for the chocobos to sort of snack on if they get hungry. So if there are any interactions you want to have inside... Well, actually, hold on. First, there's something that needs to happen first. Everyone make an awareness check as you're sort of pulling up.
Everyone.
Oh no.
Everyone,
Except
yes.
for me, I'm not there, am I?
Yeah, you are not there now.
No, you are gone.
9.
9?
10.
10.
9 from Aeon.
9 from Aeon.
Aeon's slightly more attentive and not just looking up at the big tall buildings.
14.
God damn, the dice like you today, Kayana. All right.
Yeah, apparently it did, because the last time it didn't.
All right, so...
Well, your character's in their hometown, I'm guessing, so...
All right,
Yeah.
well, so...
Go with the
As you're
apples.
making your way up to the up towards the inn, you do actually see that there's like a notice board set up outside, pretty hefty one at that, and you see that it is pretty loaded down with papers and documents and notices. So, in the event you guys want to try and pick up a job from there, you have options.
Ah.
And like as you're sort of coming up, you see someone sort of at it, pinning up a notice. Looks to be a human woman, sort of just pushing in a nail with her thumb. Sort of leans back, then turns and walks off.
Can Cassandra just go up and just glance at some of these? Like, especially the one that she just posted?
Yeah. Heading up and taking a glance over, you see that it looks to be just an assortment of, like, it's not so much adventuring jobs for the most part. Those few jobs that look to be for adventurers look to be for the sort of adventure that's a little below your pay grade right now. This is the capital city, so it has its own task forces to take care of most shit. That said, the one that was just posted up by that woman appears to be a missing person sheaf. You see this sort of rudimentary sketch of a younger-looking human woman. No color, unfortunately, but, you know, it's just an ink sketch. And the page states that a woman named Celia Saltweather has gone missing, and that her mother is willing to pay good money for her to be found. The reward listed, 600 gil.
What's that you're reading?
Cassandra kind of looks... Is the woman still in sight?
She's like, again, this inn is like right next to the gate, so she's heading out the gates, and they're going to be closing up soon. So, but she's visible, but she's heading away.
Look at this, Rosa.
Missing person. Does it give details like where, when, why?
It seems like it's indicating that the person to talk to, it's indicating that like more details would be given by the person who posted it. Amanda Saltweather is the name listed, and there's an address given for if you want more details, come talk to me.
That was her just now.
What? What are you laughing at? What?
Han,
Could I say it on?
say what?
Why we're snickering?
No, I just hear you snickering. I just didn't know what was going on.
The name of the character that you just said. Say it again, Skidorma.
Amanda Saltweather?
Oh. I
Am
thought I heard someone say my name, but I
Oh,
thought
your
I
name
was,
is
like,
Amanda.
over
Okay.
there. Yes.
Her real name is Amanda.
I
Oh.
thought, but I'm like, no one knows my name, so I'm like, maybe I just heard it.
I
Maybe I'm
didn't.
just thinking too
I
much.
didn't know that.
No, it's fine. I thought I heard my name, but I'm like, nobody knows my name. Maybe I'm just.
That's
I
breaking news.
Well, nice to make your acquaintance, Amanda. I'm Brian.
Nice to meet you, Brian.
I'm Tom. I bet you never could have guessed that.
As for my name, Calum, with one L.
My goodness.
Or
Nick,
just been
and-
that area.
All right, we're all introduced now. Hooray! I'm
Anyway,
still
so-
just gonna keep calling you Darkness and Mystic.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I promise you the last name is not the same.
Oh, I should
No.
fucking
Even
hope
though
not.
it's an
That'd be a
old-
horrible last name.
That was,
Anyways, carry on.
I
Rosa,
I will allow it as long as if we ever do meet up, don't call me Darkness in public. Because like what?
Hello,
no,
darkness.
so-
Oh, get off the train. Hello, darkness, our old
No.
friend.
like this, right as
Son
we
of a bitch.
perch right onto like his driveway out of the car or the cab or whatever. Hello, darkness, old friend.
You son of a bitch, and meet again.
Anyway, Rosa taps Kanara and Kanara to
Connor's
Cassandra.
not here.
Yeah, Cassandra. He's gaff. And points over towards where the woman's leading through the gate. You don't suppose that's her, do you?
Let's find out. She kind of takes the paper out and then jumps to land right in front of the woman.
Fuck!
Hi there.
Hi. Can I help you?
Well, actually, I was hoping to help you. Kind of shows her the paper. Did you post this?
Yes, I did.
Your daughter, I imagine?
Yes. I wasn't expecting anyone to notice so fast.
Well, you just happened to catch us at the right time. We just pulled in. kind of gets a little closer. So, I'd like some details on this. My party is quite the adventurers ourselves, and we've certainly helped to find your missing little girl.
Hi, we're the Freebirds.
Hi, I'm Aeon.
And Kayana.
Give me a second.
I don't know. Just imagine like all three, like Cassandra, Aeon, and Rosa, like all in this woman's face, and Kayana's just like in the back saying hi.
Okay, so the woman sort of tilts her head a bit at you, Kayana, but doesn't say anything. After a moment, she, I'm Amanda. I was going to wait at my house for someone to notice and come talk to me there, but she then gestures at the inn. We're here, so
Yeah, let's go inside and you can give us all the details.
all right.
This is what happens when Kanara decides to be a loner.
And we'll tell her about it later.
All right.
Maybe.
All right, so you head on inside, and it is crowded in here at this hour. It's like the dinner rush, and there's a very warm smell of pleasantly roasting meat and various other things. You can also, of course, smell the stench of alcohol in here.
Is there a free table?
Yes, there's a free table, sort of a round one, sort of not terribly far away from the hearth. You go and get yourselves situated.
So, we're gonna need some details.
Okay.
Just tell us what happened as much as you can. Don't leave anything out.
Okay, all right. So, a few weeks ago, there was the, there was the festival a couple weeks ago, right? The Dawn Festival?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my daughter Celia, she has a boyfriend in Windurst, a man named Rickard, and she decided to go see him for the festival. She managed to pay for passage via Chocobo, and was supposed to be back by now. The festival only goes for 3 days, and it's not that long of a journey on Chocobo, so she should have been back by now. And she's not back yet. And I'm getting worried.
All right. You said in Winters?
Windurst, yes.
We just came from there.
Did you catch any sign of her? You have the sketch on the paper.
Just make sure I didn't forget anything from when we actually were in the city. Did we, Almighty DM?
Not that you took note of, no.
What about this Ricard boyfriend or whatever?
If
Did
you
you meet
cro-
anybody by that name?
You didn't meet anyone by that name, and if you crossed paths with them, you didn't take note of their appearance or have any interactions with them.
All right then. So yeah, here's this sketch. I don't recall anyone by this in the city. What about this Ricard, the boyfriend?
Right, he used to live here in Tenori, but, he wound up moving to Windurst when he got a better job offer there, working in the docks. That city's always expanding. Human man, sort of a taller sort, darker skin, likes to keep his head shaved. His excuse is that his hair tends to get really wiry and stringy and he thinks it looks gross, so... And for whatever reason, my daughter just thought his bald head being shiny was fun.
Okay. I mean, her taste, but...
I've not chatted with Ricard very much. My few interactions with him before he moved to Windurst seemed good. He seemed like a good man. Funny, charming.
Has anybody in the city ever had problems with your daughter?
In
Any
this city?
threats?
No, we work out in the farmlands outside of town. We're simple people. I can't think of anyone who would have anything against her.
Anybody have anything against Ricard? Did he leave the city with any bad blood?
Not that I know of. Again, he was just given a better job offer down in Windurst. The Dorter Trade Company wanted him to help them with cargo down in the docks there. There's more work there than here in Tenori, so... He said it would help him support himself, and if things ever went that far with Cilia, support her too.
Well, we weren't there in the city long. We were more concerned in getting our client here. We could have missed her, and we didn't see any signs of anything on the road. So my guess is she probably did make it to Windurst.
Was she traveling with anyone?
Yeah, she went in the company of a small merchant group. She paid to go along.
When we left, wasn't there a trade caravan that was going to be leaving soon?
Well, they said there was an option of us waiting for it, but we didn't want to wait. Could have been them. So if they were there, then they made it to the city. My question is, did we just overlook seeing this daughter of hers or this boyfriend? Again, no signs of any struggle along the road that we saw. I said the Lunapees that we ran into would have left them at least some signs if it was anything of them.
Yeah, and it should be noted, Lunapees don't typically go to kill. They just infest dreams, screw with people in them, and then fuck off. Even when they were fighting you, they weren't trying to kill you. They were just trying to incapacitate you so they could get back to fucking with your dreams.
So my guess is, with all the evidence we've seen so far and a lack of on the road, she must be in Windurst or around the area. An interesting problem. But it's not that long of a journey back with our cart. But we could go take a look for you.
I would be in your debt. You see the paper. I'd be willing to pay whatever group brings her back or brings me word about her 600 gil. My entire savings for the last few months. Now, I will admit, when it comes to my daughter, I'm a bit of a worrywart. It's possible she might have just elected to stay a little longer, or just got held up by something. I don't know. But I admit, I might be freaking out over nothing. It's not been that long, but I'm just, I admit, a little overprotective after her father passed. just want to be sure, that's all.
I wouldn't really call it overprotective. I know my mother would be having a fit if I didn't show back when I said I was going to. Right then. First thing in the morning, we're heading to Windurst.
Does anyone else have any comments or things to say about that?
I have nothing.
She just say Kai just wants to get out of the city.
Like, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on board. It gets us out of here. Fuck it.
I have a question. If everything is okay, but she does want to stay longer, do we bring her back, or do we leave her and just tell you, or?
If it turns out she's fine and she's not in any danger, I mean, I don't want to be, like, overbearing and force her hand. She is a woman grown. I would say make the offer to bring her back if she wants. If she refuses, then just let that be in. Just let her know I'm going to be very cross with her when she gets home, if she made me worry for nothing.
Sometimes kids just want to spread their wings for a bit.
I know. And I don't want to stymie that, but I do want to at least hold her to her word, you know?
I think we can look, right, Cassandra?
Well, we'll definitely look. This is...
Oh. What was her name again, DM?
The woman you're talking to or the missing girl?
Missing girl.
The missing girl is Cilia. I'll type it in chat.
Cilia.
Cilia and Ricard. It shouldn't be too hard to find them. If one works in the docks, surely you may have even run into him on the way when we got off the boat. Who knows? We'll find her. Whether to bring her home to you or at least to tell you that she's alright.
Alright, thank you. My address is on the notification, so, excuse me. So when you have something to tell me, you know where to go.
Gotcha. We'll leave first thing in the morning. We'll try to be back with word as quickly as we can.
Alright. Thank you. Now, city gates are about to close. I should be getting home before I get locked in the city.
Alright.
Thank you again. She stands up, gives a polite little bow, and then takes her leave.
I have a bad feeling about this, Rosa.
Well, I mean, like I said, sometimes people with their home a lot just want to get out for a bit. I did.
Yes, but you told your parents you were leaving.
I might not have if you hadn't convinced me.
A grieving widow who just wants her daughter to be safe.
I'm sure everything's fine. He's probably just shirtless down the docks and she's staring at him. It's okay.
Hey, for all you know, you could have been gawking at someone else's man.
I was waiting for someone to make that connection.
No, no one.
Only if it proves to be true. Yeah. Come on. We're gonna need some shut-eye if we're gonna be heading all the way back that way.
Hey, I was gonna ask where we were going next, and then this came up, but after this job, she turns out fine, and we get 600 gil, and the Freebirds are a bit more famous. Where do we go after that?
Don't know. I usually just go where the job goes. Anywhere in particular?
Anamo?
It's a little cold up there, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen Auntie in a while, so I guess that wouldn't be too bad.
And I haven't seen my grandmother since ever.
Fair.
Besides, it's a lot of books and magic, and I like books and magic. They're nice and fun and sparkly.
Now I know my grandpa called it the city of nerds.
I
don't know
trust you
why.
can.
I don't know why, because you just see Kai just looking at her, like, wow.
Well, if you can't be bothered to be seen of us nerds, I guess you can go do the job by yourself.
Oh, yes. Go off on your own up a snowy mountain in the cold, where it's rumored that ice monsters like to gobble up new adventurers, especially ones with cattails.
You're just making that up. You're making that up, right?
Am I?
I would
Am I
like.
really?
Okay. So, Cassandra, acting check.
Yeah.
Rosa, inquiry check.
I don't have any in acting. Fuck.
Do I have any in inquiry? I have nothing in inquiry, so it's just straight rollies.
So these are both just straight
Roll
It's gonna be a
D6s.
gamble. It's one or the other.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh god.
Who's gonna win?
Both roll
Oh god.
Oh,
Roll again.
it's a
Oh.
draw.
Roll again.
Bitch!
Ooh.
9!
Damn.
7.
Woohoo!
Boom!
Ah,
I
the
win.
9 win.
Rosa, you are fairly certain that Cassandra is not actually fucking with you right now. Hamming it up, absolutely, but you're getting the impression that she's actually being forthright about the fact that there are monsters in the mountains that eat creatures with cattails.
I mean, I could have to tell.
Wait, what did she say?
She
What
said
did she
she
say?
could hide the tail.
Just tuck, just start tucking.
And as she says that, you just see the tail float up. She grabs it with one hand, just all stroking it nervously.
Aww.
Just wrap your tail like around your waist like it's a belt.
Like I say,
Hmm?
My tail isn't a belt. It is my tail.
Well, if you want to get eaten, it's up to you.
Okay, 1 second. I need to be right back. There are apparently tater tots waiting for me.
Okay.
Tater tots!
I do
I
know
don't-
one thing. You'll have to inform Kanara in the morning.
Yeah, the one.
Oh, yeah.
Aeon, I don't want to get eaten either. Both options are rubbish.
Rubbish.
Well, since the Jarvis has gone to get supplies, I'll be back.
Everybody's leaving.
Still
I
talking to
guess I'll
Aeon.
go too.
But I shall return.
Wait, what?
I guess I'll go too.
No.
Bye,
No.
Rosa. Bye, Sandra.
No.
No,
Yeah,
don't leave.
Rosa said to Aeon, but I don't want to get my tail eaten either. Both options are rubbish.
So, and then Cassandra just rolls up next to her, just like, so, you gonna go off, or you gonna stay with your big sister?
My little brother.
I return with tater tots.
I want tater tots.
Come and get them.
Oh, well, you are my kidnappers, so, you know.
I feel like I missed something. What did I miss?
Get the continuation of the conversation.
We're cutting off Rosa's tail.
No!
Well, either way, I've already subtracted the gill for your stay at the inn.
Yeah, anyway, Rosa will say, but you are my kidnapper, so I suppose I have to.
And Cassandra just hugs her close. Yep, you're stuck with us now.
So long as you can bear traveling with a nerd.
Eh. So long as you're cute. It just pinches her cheek.
I don't know how to respond to that one. But speaking of cute, Aeon,
Koopa?
you like magic and stuff, right? Because you know you hit people with the sky.
I do like magic, Koopa.
Brings out our spell book. How well can you read?
What do you want me to read, Koopa?
Spells. Maybe we can find some for you. Come on, we're gonna go read a book. Go kidnap Aeon and find a seat somewhere.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a nerd!
Alright, you're with the nerd cap now.
Sandra!
And Sandra just looks at Cassandra just looks at Kai and is like, what does she know? It took me 5 years to get him to read his basic sentences. I stopped trying after that. And this will be fun.
All right.
Watch it.
Rose is just
Just
with the
kidnap
kidnapped Aeon.
Aeon.
I
Yeah.
love how you say we kidnapped you, but all the time you kidnap Aeon.
It's true.
Tip it at.
She's learning, hon!
I'm so proud. You're a little cat elf.
All right. Well,
Our little cat elf is growing up.
let me finish these tots and we can proceed.
I'm
I
back.
am Rose's emotional plushie confirmed.
We've known this.
Yes,
I am
as
here.
you almost got squished.
Squish.
I was squished. Not almost. Was
Wait.
squished.
I missed a squish.
Cute Moogle
No.
must squish.
You missed.
Yeah.
Oh.
You missed Aeon being kidnapped by Rosa to go read a book.
Oh no.
No, that was. Three. I'm not a nerd!
Anyway,
Um,
so
Knowledge.
you pay for accommodations, and the night passes without incident. Excuse me.
you're excused.
You mean Aeon didn't blow up the inn from learning magic? Wow.
Remarkable.
The following day
No, it does not have
begins.
to go-
The following day begins. There are shafts of sunlight poking down through the occasional cloud, creating these pretty sun shafts, and it is fucking cold. It's like 30 degrees Fahrenheit. It is not a pleasant temperature out here, so. But regardless, the new day has begun.
Aeon, can I kidnap you again? Because your floof is warm.
But Kunara has more fur than me.
But she's not here. She's out the city. Still.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And he just,
Hey,
just
Tom.
frickin' hugs
Tom-
his face.
Okay, Tom, quick question. That malfunctioning golem step luck you have in here, can I delete that?
Yeah, I have that in
Okay, good. It's been distracting me, so I just wanted to get rid of it. Thank you. All
That
right.
was the test block for me working out how monsters work.
Mm-hmm. All right, now
By the
then.
way, Mr. DM,
Yes.
if you're wondering what the 2 4s are about, it was towards a scavenge check outside, but you could do that when you get to me.
I didn't even see or hear you rolling anything you didn't tell me.
Always a scavenge check that's a silent, never tell the DM what the fuck you're doing.
Like, what are you looking for?
Well, it's Kanara. She gets up, she scavenges around. With you there in the belt. So imagine
She's
she's just scavenging for
foraging.
berries, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, you found like a spot tucked away from like prying eyes, but you're camping out in open farmland right now, so you're not gonna find a whole lot.
Please do not steal from farmers.
But again, it is Kunara.
Wolves and farmers usually don't mix.
No KFC.
Well, I rolled an 11. And it's not going to be a KFC. KFC, I don't think even exists in Final Fantasy.
No.
Sorry, no, sorry. That no, it's Kentucky Fried Chocobo.
No!
Oh
No!
I
No!
Stay
0
away
hit
from my-
points!
Stay away from my fluffy.
0 hit points!
of the
KO!
poor
Zombie!
Word.
No!
I have the word.
Monster!
I'm gonna turn around.
I recently got back into KFC, and now I hear KFC.
Fuck.
Help me!
Continent away. I'm sorry.
I do not love this.
What?
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway. So, is there anything else you wish to do in this city before you set out?
Well, I suppose we have to catch back up with Kunara.
yep.
That's easy enough to do. I assume that after you're done, like, scavenging Kanara, you'll go to link back up with everyone where you left them.
Mm-hmm.
Rose is on top of Fluffy, holding Aeon, keeping her bare arms warm. I assume everyone else is in the cart.
Yeah, so, like, it's not very long after you guys get up. You're just stepping out of the inn as you see Kunara entering in through the freshly opened city gates, looking very refreshed and kind of scraggly with a couple twigs poking out.
Hi, Kunara! Sleep well? It's cold.
Is it?
It's not all of us have fur all over our bodies. We kind of grew out of that.
Yeah, if you want to go to a
Maybe
no
so.
mode, if you think this is cold, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening,
I
sweetheart.
need to buy a coat. At least some sleeves.
Well, Miss Expert of my species, you should know that most of my kind arrive from a snowy wasteland, so therefore, I've literally got pretty much cold-proof in my DNA.
I don't think it's in your DNA. I think it's on the outside. It's the fur.
Anyway, hey Kunara, guess what? Kunara,
Yes.
we have work to do.
Okay, what I miss? What are
We
you
got a
doing?
job.
Literally,
Yeah,
the
Josh.
moment you left, we got a job.
And also, Cassandra scared the hell out of a woman.
She tends to do that a lot, Koopa.
What are you
Huh.
talking about? I
You
just,
don't
That is-
think?
I just wanted to
That-
make sure we caught up with her, and I may have jumped and landed in front of her, but she was okay. I
That
didn't
is-
land on her.
That
Honestly-
explains
Go ahead.
the strange noise. So that was you.
Yeah, right after you left. You'd know these things if you actually stayed with us.
I have my reasons.
Can I
Anyway.
make a request when
Yes.
when after you're finished, darkness?
And
So
also
what
I
is this
wanted-
job?
I also wanted Kai to go to Aeon real quick.
Oh.
Hey, Aeon.
Kai! Hi, Koopa.
I just wanted to say thanks for trying to cheer me, especially back here.
Kai makes happy and everyone is happy, Koopa.
Goes to give her a hug.
Yeah, Kai accepts it.
Suddenly,
Okay,
Rose's arms feel significantly colder.
okay, this is inevitable. All right, do you have the option to turn up your microphone volume, by the way? You are coming through very quiet. Anyway, so, well, Ari
Is
is...
this good enough?
Better.
It's a little better. The higher the better,
What?
unless it's like blasting out our eardrums, though.
Like when Aeon yelled into the boat megaphone.
Ah, always.
No.
You have to be loud and proud, Koopa.
What was Aeon going to do?
Oh no, I wanted to say to Han, like, you gotta be careful if, like, you're gonna keep jumping in front of people. You're gonna have the one person you're gonna time the wrong jump and just freaking land on them.
Or you're gonna jump in front of a person whose fight or flight response defaults to fight. Like people who jump scare other people on Halloween in a chair, they get punched.
Oh man.
Anyway. So, carry on. You were having a conversation with Kuna.
So, Kunara, we got a job, and it's a missing person. So, daughter went off to go see her boyfriend. She didn't show back up. So, we got to go all the way back to the city that we came off the boat in to go see if she's actually okay or they're just doing what couples do.
So what you're telling me is we're going all the way back for a missing person.
It's a mother concerned for her daughter.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get a move on.
Precisely.
Okay, she's just all on board. It's like, well, I don't have anywhere else to be. Fuck it, let's go.
You actually getting in the car this time, Kanara, or you walking?
She's already started walking.
Of
Yeah.
course.
In that case, takes all of Fluffy's reins. Melted girl. And start taking off at full bloody speed.
Rolls again, it seems.
Did you let any of us get in a cart before you did that?
Oh no.
All right, so everyone's in the car to Kanara, and Fluffy is just going full.
So, did we get out of the city,
I just
or
imagine Kai just going, okay.
Okay, is Kanara making any effort to catch up to the sprinting chocobo, or are you just like, God damn it, guys?
Well, he's keeping up with them, I guess.
I mean, there's a chocobo going at a full tilt, so I'm going to need you to make a athletics check with a -4 penalty versus Rosa making an athletics check for Fluffy.
Okay.
And
What I mean is that she figures they're taking the same path.
I mean, yeah, but like, are you keeping pace?
Nah, just like casually letting them.
You're just letting them run ahead?
Yep.
So,
He knows where they're
Bye,
going, and that
Kuna.
chocobo's gonna run out of steam at some point.
yeah. So you go running ahead, and like within a minute, you're just too far ahead of Kanara. And like, it should be noted, Fluffy does have a limit on her stamina. So, but either way,
Rose is gonna keep going. Once Kunara is gone, really. Sandra,
So
she's
nothing-
not following. She was supposed to follow. That's no fun.
just out of context where I answer that, just like, so we got out of the city just fine. Nobody tried to stop us, and nothing happens.
if anyone tried to stop you, you moved too fast for them to make any a meaningful effort. You were just gone.
Cool.
You didn't
Right,
see anyone though.
Okay, so back to it. It's like, well, you know her. She's a stick in the mud.
Do you think she'll ever actually, ride at the cart or stay with us in the inn rather than sequestering off by herself every time?
I mean, if somebody
Nope.
breaks her leg, maybe.
Sounds
But-
mean.
But she's never by herself. She always comes with us, Koopa. So technically, she's not alone.
Well, she said she was by herself before us, so.
True.
All right. Well, either way, this is going to be a roughly 5-day trip, as it was coming.
Party!
No!
Wagon party. Kunar is not invited.
Everyone join the party cart.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
Aeon
This is
just
the
pulls
best
out-
group ever.
It's so
Aeon
much
just pulls
fun.
out a disco ball out of nowhere, and just everybody just starts dancing.
Right.
I am
Aeon-
the disco ball.
Yeah, Aeon
I'll
becomes
glow,
the disco ball.
And I'll just spin around.
And just lifts up in the air, just starts channeling MP, and just doing go. What would Aeon sound like beatboxing?
I can't beatbox, so I don't know.
Whatever it is, it ends with a bright and loud eject.
Gets into the music. Gets into the music, ejects the cart.
Eject.
Look, Fluffy can fly!
I love how like 50% of this campaign isn't even us playing, it's just us fucking around with hypotheticals. It's great.
Because that's just us.
It is. It totally is. I'm not saying it's not. It's just not how campaign 1 went at all. It's new and fresh and fun. Okay, so onward you carry. So let's see here. I do not have a D10. Also, I think we're missing someone.
Are we?
From the roll 20, yeah. No, you're back. Okay,
everyone.
yeah, we were missing Aeon for a second, is all.
That's weird. I had it up. Everything's here.
Must have just lagged.
Must have been. All right.
I mean,
let's see
I had
here.
a D10, but I can't give it to you.
Aeon,
That's D5.
Koopa?
roll me a D12 if you would be so kind.
Oh no.
You're leaving our fate in the hands of the Chaos Bringer.
I don't like when he talks like that.
Chaos has begun.
We're
So
gonna
I'm assuming
die.
it's just D and then 12. I'm assuming it's something
Yep.
fancy.
Yep. 1d12.
Okay.
2.
2.
Or there's
Alright.
even like at the side here as well. On the left corner, there's all the dice.
What Eldritch Horror you got for us now?
Also, why me? What did I do?
Interesting. All right.
Oh no.
All right, so.
We're dead. We're dead.
It was fated to happen.
When he says interesting, we are most certainly going to die.
Are
No,
you?
we're not.
Yes.
You sound so sure of that, but it's never happened. Anyway, so hopping into the wagon, of course, and taking off from Tenori, leaving Kanara in the dust, you begin your journey back the way you came, following the path northward. Over the course of this first day, it is remarkably unpleasant. As I said, shit's cold. Even on the second day of travel, where it's pretty much clear, open skies, it is still cold as tits. Like, the ground is, like, frozen over in a lot of places with, like, frost, and it's very sparkly and pretty. You'll give it that, but it is otherwise just largely just cold and otherwise uneventful. But regardless, you carry on, moving further and further along. By the start of the second day, you've made it off of the main highway and back onto the more dirt path that leads to Windurst. It's kind of strange just going back over the same shit you've already crossed, a second time, just in the other direction. But you do start to notice things that you didn't notice initially on your original foray, as you start to see more interesting things in the patterns of the mountains to the north that you hadn't noticed from your angle previously. The way some of the peaks sort of curl and jaggedly spiral around each other. And as you're sort of passing, just every so often as you're moving, you start to notice more faintly hidden signs of what might have once been remnants of the Amber Tide way back when. Long eroded, but occasional signs of the chaos that once ravaged this region back then. Like, you see, like, the sort of furrowed trench in the ground at one point as you're getting ready to break for camp, and you realize as you're sort of looking at it, in the past you just thought it was just a ditch, but no, this is just straight up a gouge that had been torn in the earth by something. And other such smaller signs every so often, but otherwise, the trip is uneventful. On the third
I
day...
still don't trust him.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Fluffy Aeon, good.
Fluffy
Nice.
and Aeon. Yeah, my voice broke. Anyway. So.
And an aeon in a pear tree.
Candy
And a
tree.
moogle in a pear tree.
Ew, basketball.
A
There it is.
moogle on a toadstool. And a moogle on a toadstool.
Good
How
ball.
about now? How about now?
Regardless. So. If there are any interactions you want to have en route, you are welcome to them, but otherwise...
Keep it on trucking. Keep on trucking to Windurst and see what we missed.
Indeed. So I'd say it's about noon when finally the city of Windurst is coming back into view. It is a cloudy day again, to be expected. Not quite as cold as before. There's a bit of a gentle breeze going. And you can already sort of hear the sounds of activity from the docks and the city proper as you're sort of pulling up. So, you've got the whole city to deal with. How do you wish to proceed?
Well, disembarking from the cart and just looking over. It's like, all right, first things first. We gotta get some information, see if anybody's actually seen this girl around here.
Doesn't boyfriend live at the dock somewhere?
Let's start. So yeah, best to start with the boyfriend. Let's see if anybody at least knows where he is.
Does this mean we're actually gonna have to talk to the guys?
Yes, Rosa. So please try to look at their eyes and not their pecs.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we don't want you distracted.
You're distracted. I'm not distracted.
She just shows up.
I think Kunara is just finally catching up.
Don't make me borrow a word from my grandmother's vocabulary.
So, done playing games, now we're back to the seriousness of this mission.
So, to the docks.
All right. You cut your way through the city streets easily enough. Not getting anywhere near as many weird looks as you did in Tenori, largely on account that weird people pass through here all the time, being the gateway to the rest of the world that the city is. But it isn't too terribly long before your entourage comes out onto the docks, and it seems to be just as busy as before. You can, of course, see people loading and unloading cargo from various ships, but it doesn't seem like as many ships are currently pulling in. It seems like the sort of rush of naval traffic that had coincided with the festival and those leaving or departing or coming and going has more or less petered out at this point. So it's back to just a steady but much more manageable stream of merchant ships and passenger ferries.
Correct. Do I see anybody with any kind of dress or anything that would mark them as an official harbor master, manager, some kind of person of importance?
Make an
We
awareness
should have
check.
asked like how the boyfriend looked before we left.
Well, we have a name at least.
You were given a
Oh,
name, and
true,
you
I
were given a
guess.
rudimentary description. Sort of darker of skin, likes to keep his head
Okay.
bald, works in the cargo, works with
That's
cargo,
right,
so
yeah.
a lot of heavy lifting. So at least probably muscular.
Okay. So, do I see anybody of importance, or at least someone who looks like they're of importance?
So to roll an awareness check.
Uh, 8. Yeah.
8.
So I can roll too if it isn't enough.
Like whoever is looking, you can roll.
Okay, true.
Before I roll, are there shirtless sailors wandering about?
Honestly,
not-
you shouldn't be rolling because you're just gonna be gawking.
They are not shirtless this time.
So you can actually be
You
on.
still see the muscles through the outfits.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm gonna say just the it's the same blokes as before. Just the memory of it. Rosa is holding her tail for support, head down,
Oh my
trying to
God.
hide her face in her own hair, beetroot red, just kind of skulking along.
Mhm. Okay. So an 8 and a 9.
Anyone else rolling?
Yeah, I rolled a 12.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 12 is good.
All right. So, Cassandra and Aeon, as you two are kind of looking through, it's kind of hard to pick out specific individuals through the hubbub of the docks. But Kanara, your precise, hunter's vision starts sifting through the rabble and the irrelevant details, and before long, you do spot a handful of individuals who look like they might be of some sort of significance, given their some warmer and more, looks like elaborate or expensive dressing, and the fact that they seem to be giving orders to other individuals, giving them instruction. You need to do this and this and this and get that done. You see a handful of them. Most of them appear to be Tarufel. So.
Seeing them. Kanar's probably going over to Rose and just gives her heads up. They could be candidates.
And
Distracted.
Cassandra, help!
And Cassandra hears and moves over to said persons. He's like, "Pardon me, sir."
Tarafel looks up, sort of a squattish one, sort of palish in skin, sort of a blonde hair, sort of pulled back a bit, sort of darker colored clothes, but very kind of official looking, sort of lined with fur to keep him warm in this colder season. He looks up. Yeah, can I help you?
We're actually looking for somebody who works here on these docks. I was hoping maybe you could point us in the right direction.
Depends. Who you looking for?
His name's Ricard. Human, tall, bald head.
Ricard Tanwell?
That would, if Ricard's all I know, so yeah, that's him.
Oh. I haven't seen him come in for work for a while, unfortunately. Boss said that he won't be coming back in, but won't tell us why.
Oh?
Said that it wasn't for him to talk about. If you want to go pump him for information, he's over at... He turns and points off towards sort of a building a little ways further up the dock street. You'll want to go to the Daughter Trade Company warehouse up there, or office building, rather. That's where sort of most of the administrative stuff with ships on contract with Daughter go. Ricard worked in there with us. So you'll want to seek.
Right.
So you'll want to seek out the manager of that branch. Their name is Totamar Tamora. Which I will not put in chat.
Alright.
Alright.
How long has he been not here to work, Koopa?
Since about the festival ended roundabouts.
Oh dear.
Cassandra just kind of pulls out, just out of curiosity, pulls out the sketch of the girl. You didn't see this girl around with him, did you?
He squints for a moment. I didn't. That said, name is Cilia. I did hear him gushing about Cilia a fair few times. He's asking one of his friends to help him, write a poem or something, because he is, apparently really bad with words.
Aww.
And then his friend told him, dude, just buy her flowers. Take her to dinner. Don't get poetic.
Oh, but the poem's really sweet. Oh, that's a stupid friend.
His friend's reasoning is that they're also absurdly cheesy.
Is that friend available?
You can see Kayana just rolled her eyes when they said poem.
Said friend is over there, and he points at one of the Rogadin who's currently operating one of the cranes to get some cargo loaded. Sort of a red-skinned Rogadin, or Galka rather, tall bloke. That one.
All right.
Sandra,
Yeah.
we can go talk to him. Maybe he knows also a little bit about our missing person.
True that. Good idea. So she walks over to him. Hey,
All
big
right.
guy, you got a minute?
He looks down. Well, first of all, my name's not Big Guy, it's Kartha.
Hi, Kartha.
Hi, tiny thing. What can I do for you? And no offense, I'm a little busy right now. He pulls a lever on his crane and starts lowering a batch
It's
of crates down into the boat.
important. You're searching for a missing person.
All right, I'm listening.
You know a guy called Ricard? Tall human with a bald head?
Yeah. We tend to go drinking on our days off. Why?
You seen him around lately?
Nope. Durmar told us he wouldn't be coming in for a while. I asked why. He said, not my business.
Okay.
I called bullshit. He threatened to fire me for probing my nose where it doesn't belong. I got annoyed, but then I dropped it.
Nice. And he
How many days
pulls
was
up-
that?
It's like I wound up asking on like the wound up asking on like the 5th.
And she pulls out the sketch again. You seen this girl in town at all?
Yeah, actually. Met her very briefly. Ricard introduced us. Sweet thing. A little shy.
You
Then
seen
cut
her
it-
lately?
I have not. Those two pretty much went and took a couple days off once she arrived, just to go spend some time, enjoying the festival away from the docks. So after I was introduced to her, pretty much just didn't say hide nor head of them for the rest of the day, for the rest of the festival. Then they just vanished off the map after that.
She didn't return home when she was supposed to. Her mum's worried.
Well,
And he hasn't shown up for work.
And by the looks of it, we may have to go all the way back to Morosu. If they haven't left it, then
they weren't.
must still be there.
They never went to Marasu. The festival
no,
is everywhere.
The festival's
Ah.
everywhere. There's a festival here. So just scratch that last bit.
It's
So-
it's annual across the continent. It's just very big in Marasu because that's like the central point.
I see.
Fair enough. So, well, it looks like we're gonna have to talk to this Totemar.
Wait,
Getting... Yeah.
what do you think would happen to him?
Frankly, not a clue. Some small part of me says that maybe they eloped or something, and Totemar didn't like that, but I honestly have no clue.
Was he thinking about marrying her and running away?
I mean, he's idly fantasized out loud about whenever they might get hitched, but I don't know if he was
gonna
actually. I don't know if he was ready to commit to that yet.
We heard something about a poem.
Oh my.
Okay, so
Yeah,
here's the
I
thing
know
about
who-
Ricard. The guy is incredibly sweet, but he's an absolute jarhead.
I think a poem is really sweet.
Well, yeah, when it's well written, but again, he's a jarhead, and he was coming to me, a musclehead, for advice on a poem. So I just told him that, I don't think Cilia fell in love with him because he could write poetry. I think she fell in love with him because he's an upfront, honest, and genuine guy. So I just told him, keep doing that. Don't fix what isn't broken.
I still think
Yeah,
it's.
you could
I
think
still think
that.
it's nice.
It's a
And
nice
also,
sentiment, but,
Yeah, kind
Well-
of like backing away from the conversation. She's like, yeah, once you're done romantic stuff, I'm gonna go over here.
Kayana, confirmed ace.
Well, what do you do that's romantic if you don't like poetry?
Me?
Yes.
Dunno. Haven't really had a love life.
How about now?
He just goes up behind Rosa.
Oh no!
Aeon, no shenanigans.
Ah.
So did Aeon push her towards him?
No, I probably got Kunara pulling on my wing again.
Yep. don't do that. She goes beetroot red again, hides behind Cassandra.
It's just Aeon messing with you. Calm down, Rosa.
I'm
calm,
being
calm.
helpful.
Hey. Look, hey.
Your helpfulness is not required.
Yeah, when he said that he has no love life, I'm like, and you can just hear Kai saying, same.
All right. Anyway, well, as it is, for one thing, I'm not in the market right now. I want to focus on my job for the time being. But more than that, cute as you are, you're a little young for me, so.
She's just getting redder still and shrinking again.
Understandable. Thank you for
and-
your help, mister.
Aeon, as
Thanks
sweet as
for
you
that.
are. Thank
We're-
you.
We're we're gonna go now. Come on, kitties. We gotta go talk to the boss man.
I mean, Ganar's already escorting Rosa away from this.
And
So
Cassandra's
you're
like,
all sweaty and wet and red right now. Are you okay?
Obviously.
Aeon,
I was
Yes,
talking to
Rosa?
Rosa.
gonna gently flick
Aeon.
Aeon on the head.
Oof.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
I
Cassandra.
take that as a maybe.
Cassandra pulls
Yeah,
Aeon in.
guys.
Is like, Aeon,
Surprising.
she didn't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Kai's like, okay, that's okay. Don't do that. This is Precious Bean.
Precious means like Cassandra just pulls in and is like, it's okay, Aeon. She'll appreciate it when the time comes.
I'll be quiet.
No.
Oh.
And she holds out Aeon to Rosa. Rosa, apologize to the Moogle.
No, I'm sorry.
Rosa! Windurst is just gonna kidnap Aeon again and hold him.
There.
She just feels bad.
Now they're even. Apology
And then-
accepted.
Just an embarrassed red cat and a crying Moogle.
Why when Aeon cries, everyone is in action.
Exactly.
Oh, I can't stay
When
mad
Aeon
at
is
him.
sad, everybody is sad. And when Aeon is happy, everybody is happy.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty much embarrassed Rosa. And I pissed off Kunara.
Again.
Yep. So, as I say,
warehouses?
right, if you two have made it up, now let's focus. There's still missing people we need to find.
Yes. So, warehouses.
Right.
We find them, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
And
like
we
you were
lost our
pointed,
Kizaru
like you were
friend.
pointed specifically to a specific building.
Specifically to a specific building.
Yeah, shut up. You were pointed to the Dorder Trade Company office building on the docks. So,
Close
You
enough.
so you come up to it and you poke your head in through the front door, and it's a very nice interior. There's like some sitting off to the sides, a sort of a shaded lantern overhead to provide illumination for the sort of lobby waiting room. You can see a couple Holtarfils sort of shuffling about, taking papers or information. And you can see one behind the counter, or two behind the counter rather, who are sort of talking frenetically while one is jotting things down in what looks to be like a ledger. Ah, damn it. Like, we're still trying to get caught up on all the boats who came in for the festival. They really need to slow down. Then the one next to him, who just looks to be just tired and done with this, woman just pulls out a slip. We got another one just a minute ago, by the way.
Rough day in the office?
Yeah, rough day. Mama, can you take care of him? All right. And she she turns to the rest of you, and she has like this sort of pair of like half moon spectacles and like the sort of flat sort of pinkish hair, and just looks done. It's like, what can I do for you?
You could point us to Tomara?
Do you have an appointment?
It's urgent.
How urgent is urgent?
Like
Missing
lightning
people.
urgent.
One at a
He
time,
just holds
please.
the poster.
Just
They just all shout it at once, I think.
so again, Cassandra's going. It concerns the safety of a lost girl. Now, can you please go get him?
Make a
Show them
negotiation
the
check.
poster.
Do I have any in negotiation? I do. I have 3. Thank you.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Roll it.
Negotiate, oh glorious leader.
10.
All right. You say that, and she kind of eyes you for a second. I'll see if he's open. I make no promises. And she turns and heads off.
While we're waiting, Rosa, Canar's just looking at you.
Rosa looks back, still holding Aeon, still red.
And And she
She looks
looked at
sunburned.
me. And I looked at
She
her.
then, she then
And she looked at
proceeds
me.
And I'm like, yeah.
she then proceeds to hang out her hand and pretty much is putting it against your forehead,
What are you doing?
checking to see if you're alright. You don't
Uh-oh.
look it.
I'm fine. Takes a step back, so hand is no longer on
Are
head.
you lying to me?
Yes, she is. Goodbye.
Rose looks down at the still crying Aeon and starts rocking him like a baby.
I appreciate it.
on in kitties.
I think he could use a break.
Are you alright, Aeon?
Rosa.
No, I'm not. I made Rose upset.
Give me a moment. She's going to take her hand, reach into Aeon's fur, find a lollipop, bring it out.
Okay, so the first thing I need you to do is I need you to make a scavenge check.
You didn't know this thing was now. She's going to do it.
That's how that works exactly, but okay.
Can I stop her?
I mean, in that case, it would be it would be like an opposed finesse or force check, whichever. If you're wanting to stop her.
Yes, kind of.
Okay. So before the scavenge check, I need an opposed force check from you two.
Nobody touches this black hole but me.
I'll give you the lollipop.
No, you don't want to go with this fur. You don't know what's there.
You don't want to touch it. You don't know where it's been.
Good
What's
talking.
in it?
Alright, so force, did you say?
Yes, force.
I think you might get this one. I rolled a 3.
Alright, so and then I have to roll either force or finesse, you said?
Whatever
Or force.
Rosa rolls, you have to match that one.
So
Again,
force
I
is
rolled
what
a
you did.
I had a 5.
Were you rolling force or finesse?
I rolled force.
All right, then
Okay,
you need
so-
to roll. Then you need to roll force.
Ha!
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Denied.
The Moogle says no. Do I have to eject you?
I'm holding you.
Access denied.
Yeah, it's just a robotic. It's just as soon as she tries to do that, eject!
See, I like Rosa. You go to reach into the fluff to find a lollipop, but before you're just as the tips of your fingers touching the chest floof, you just feel this invisible force taking hold of your hand and just moving it away as Aeon uses telekinesis to just no.
No.
Kanala's siding at this is you know,
Right, you guys
Perhaps
are
when
being
this is all
absolutely stared at this point, by the way.
yeah.
Is
Yeah, now Kaya.
What's Kanara trying to say?
You know what? After this is all said and done, I suppose we could go around looking for more of those sugary treat things if it makes you happy.
I think he has a lot
Anything
in here.
you want.
I was trying to get you one, Aeon.
No. No one's allowed in the floof.
Then I will hug you harder. Hugs harder.
Don't.
Did you just gag?
Yes!
You're literally
Rosa.
Would a Moogle projectile vomiting just be like a squirt gun?
yes.
Ugh.
A squirt gun with
I am-
rainbow coming out.
A squirt gun, high velocity, persistent squirt gun with rainbow. Gotcha.
Oh god.
It's like it's just
I
like a pressure washer. Just. 'Cause the mouths
Rosa,
are
I
so
understand.
Let the Kanara speak.
Small. Okay.
Okay. I understand you like to show affection as a coping mechanism or just be yourself, but you are literally strangling the life out of him.
Fine,
Need to have a
let's
bit more
Aeon go,
composure.
crosses our arms and kind of looks away in a half.
Just falls to the ground.
Yeah, which Kai kind of catches up.
It's a start. Buffles your head.
Huh.
And then Kai's like, don't worry, I got
Hey.
you.
Does the lady come back yet?
Yeah, it's like a couple minutes pass before she comes back out from the side room she passed through. Totomar has agreed to see you, on the understanding that if you are wasting his time, he will evict you very promptly. He's a busy man.
I'm sure he is. Lead the way.
Come with me. She leads you behind the counter and through a small network of hallways and corridors and little rooms before you eventually come to a door that has Totomar's name sort of on a plaque on it. Opens it up, and you're like on the second story at this point, and you are greeted to a very nice office. There's a window in the wall off to the left that oversees the ocean, letting in some natural light. There's a very nice lamp on the desk. It's a very nice desk, loaded up with some papers and books and whatnot. As for Totomar himself, he's not currently tending to his documents. He's over by a cabinet off on the right, and is currently in the process of pouring himself what looks to be a glass of some sort of alcoholic beverage. At a glance, maybe some sort of low alcohol content wine? All right. What do you need?
Ricard.
That's what this is about, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
We've been traveling for days to try to figure out where they are.
Well, first of all, my question is, what's your interest in Ricard? Momo, leave
She
us.
pulls out.
Momo
she
nods her
pulls
head
out-
and waddles out.
Yeah, Cassandra pulls out the flyer. This girl. She came here to see him for the festival, and she never went home. You seen her around?
Make a negotiation check.
Well,
He looks at the paper for a moment, sort of squinting, and then shrugs. Can't say that I have.
all right. Then where's Ricard?
Look, I'm really not in a position to be talking about that. It's none of your business.
It is our business. We have taken on a quest to return a daughter who's gone missing. And the last time she was seen was with him. We need to know where the whereabouts are.
Look, I'm not trying to be difficult here, but my hands are tied. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
We won't say
Why
we
not?
talked to you.
Yeah, that's not really helpful, little fella. Sorry.
Cassandra walks up closer to him. Says who?
Says me.
A girl's
Well,
mother is scared to death that she hasn't returned, and the only person who can tell us where she is somebody that you are hiding from us.
Look, I'm sorry.
That's-
Really, I am. I want to be helpful, but I can't. My hands are tied.
Rosa is going to. She's still in a bad mood. It's going to approach, take out. What's this guy's disposition? Does he look particularly like he runs his business, right?
He at least runs this branch. You get that impression.
Do I get the sense this might be a rather unscrupulous person, especially when it comes to making money?
You can make an inquiry check if you'd like. We can use inquiry as like in place of insight if we want.
That's a straight check. That's a 9. 5 and
Nine.
4.
A 9. It's kind of hard to get a read on this guy, especially from how very little interaction you've had with him so far. What you're getting so far is that he isn't like giving off like sleazy or seedy vibes. But beyond that, it's pretty hard to get a read on him.
So you're saying your hands are tied. Is there anybody else we can talk to who isn't?
Like, it's a whole mess of a situation, and I'm not allowed to talk about it, okay? I don't like it, but I don't make the rules.
Who
And
does
who
make the
does?
rules?
He's being quiet, not saying anything.
Rose is just gonna sigh and. If I take out 20 gil, can I roll a bit of a mercantile check here?
Yeah, trying to bribe him.
Yeah.
I mean, you can with 20 gil. I don't know how much mileage you're gonna get, but you can certainly try.
All right, I'm gonna get out patch of gil, take out 20, then take out 20 initially, but then kind of gauging his reaction to see if I need to put more on. How much more? Can I roll a mercantile check for that?
Roll it.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. As you're sort of pulling out some coins, you do his attention does sort of shift to you.
Okay.
Look, if your whole thing is you're trying to like pay me to say stuff, that's not really gonna work. Sorry.
What will work, Kupo? Can we do anything to help to give you the information we need, Kupo?
Also, with that 13, when he says that, do I get the sense that he's just not into bribes, or that is just not enough?
It seems to be a case of both. Like you're getting more and more of the impression that this guy is genuinely a good person. He does seem like genuinely frustrated by the fact he's having to be silent, just judging by his reactions.
Look,
Now,
I'll give you what you want,
Scared or
but
something.
This girl's life might be at stake. Her boyfriend hasn't come in since the festival, which is when she disappeared, so clearly he knows something. We're just trying to find someone who may be in danger, may be hurt, may be dead. I think the mother deserves to know, huh? And as she says that, she's going to add an extra 30 to up to 50 gil.
Aeon, you mentioned before, like, you had Aeon say something along the lines of, like, is there anything we can do to help get the info we need?
Mm-hmm.
Make a negotiation check yourself.
Sure.
Eight. He doesn't really seem impressed by the extra coin you've added to the pile, Rosa, but he does turn his attention to Aeon and then sort of start sizing all of you up a little bit. One second, I need to tell Grandma to take her medicine. Take your blue pill!
I love how he says, I gotta go tell my grandma, and she just literally yells across the house.
Saves time, and it's a small house. She can hear me most places. Most people can hear me most places. I'm quite noisy. Anyway. So he sizes you all up for a little bit. Look, I'll tell you what. I am not allowed to say anything. Not right now. Give me a bit of time. Maybe I can help you. But things right now are kind of not good. Look, I feel for the girl. I do. I feel for everyone involved. I want to help, but right now my hands are tied. So, tell you what, do you have somewhere you guys are staying?
Not really.
We've literally just arrived and we've been asking questions all around.
What was the inn we stayed at before? Or visited before?
I know I gave it a name, but
The something Rose
No, that was
or is that the other place before? I'm trying.
that
to
was in
Yeah,
Tenori.
Tenori was the sprouting flower. I know there was an inn here,
okay.
but I forgot what it was called.
So yeah, we could stay at that place again.
So, last time we visited, insert name here.
Right.
We could go there again.
Right. I would say just head there, and if I can manage to finagle something where I can help you, I'll let you know.
Mm.
Remind me, did he say you just can't say anything about those two, or did we directly ask where we might find him?
Could you rephrase
Is
that?
it a sense of fear?
I said, remind me, what was specifically was asked? Did we... Was it just simply he said he can't talk about him at work specifically, or did we ask if where he lives, or if where we could find him?
You guys have not gotten information about where this guy lives. No.
Yeah, the only thing I said was like, can we do something to help him in order so he can give us the information? So maybe he'll.
Yeah.
No, I'm asking, did we ask him
Oh.
for the location of where this guy is, and he said no to that specifically?
Like, just about any questions you guys have asked so far, he's dodged. So you can safely assume the same on that.
Would you say it's also like a sense of fear, or just he's very busy and chaotic with it all?
Inquiry check, Kunara.
Okie dokie.
Do you have any?
I don't believe so, but that is a
I'm
thing I've been thinking
surprised.
about investing.
The wolf
Clara's
doesn't
not
talk to
exactly
people.
sociable.
Oh, like she doesn't have to look. She could just look at him. I would think.
Yeah,
for
body
inquiry.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doubling down on allowing the inquiry skill to be used as like insight, which means reading people's body language, picking up subtle clues and like inflections in their voice that might be missed if you weren't paying attention. A skill to try and read people on a deeper level than what you might just pick up just passively listening.
So there'd be no other skill that could work in its place.
Yeah, I'm just using inquiry, which is usually used for just gathering information, to also be capable of being used to read people, because you have to be sure the information you're gathering is legit.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You can't just
be
take
no
it like
clue. It's
nothing.
free.
3. You've never been particularly good at reading the flat, furless faces of these other races, so you have no idea what this guy's thinking. They talk funny, they look weird. This guy's short and squat. You have no idea how to deal with that.
So Kunara just thinks that he's suspicious, no matter what.
I guess.
At this point,
Yeah.
probably.
Heh, could pick up on Rosa not being alright, but this guy, nah.
So, okay.
To be fair, you've spent some time with Rosa. You've started to pick up her ticks.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, okay. So, Cassandra just thinks for a second. So you say whatever force compels you, you can't talk about Ricard.
More or less, if that's how you want to phrase it.
Can you tell us where you last saw him?
I mean,
I think we know the answer to that.
he showed up to work on the day before the festival, but anything after that, it's where the mess starts.
We have to wait.
So basically anything after the festival you can't talk about.
Pretty much.
Can you tell us where we might find him off work, where he rests his head on the evening?
I mean, he has a house. Kind of a shanty little place, but it works.
Where's that?
It's here on the docks, and it gives you an address, sort of pointing down the street. If you go down that way and go up the street a couple blocks and take a left, it'll be the third house down on that way, sort of a rundown little place.
Fine. I suppose we could check there, and then I suppose we meet later on.
Any other family or anybody else he was close to around here?
Just as coworkers on the docks. I don't make it a habit of prying into the personal lives of my employees.
Yeah, but you make a habit of not telling where he is when people are looking for him.
Look, that's a more complicated situation. Again, I wish I could help you.
You said?
Did
you say that? Go ahead.
Can I put a hand on her shoulder? As much as it's frustrating as it is, we're not going to get anything right now. Let's just go to the house and see if we can find anything.
You,
And then
you
we
said
meet up with
that.
him later. Sorry, go ahead.
No, as I said, you said there was a stack of paperwork on his desk, right?
Yeah.
What's the paperwork for? Is that for anything important?
It's for my job.
Doesn't
Correspondence
seem
from
like
business.
you got far.
It's correspondence from business partners, ledgers of docked ships, cargo,
As
inventory, stuff
Wait.
like that.
with Aeon saying that, can I, and as he's talking, can I just give the desk a quick scan to see if anything strikes me as odd?
Make an awareness check.
Anything on the papers or... But... Critical success.
Oh shit.
That's 12.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. Well.
I-
So you're sort of scanning over what's on the shelf or on the documents, like just in front of the systems, and you've read enough books that you know how to read upside down.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you had to entertain yourself somehow with your overbearing parent, and so one day you just challenged yourself to just be like, you know what? I bet I can read this book upside down, and then you did. It took you weeks, but it's a skill you got very good at when you were 12. You haven't had much of a chance to practice it, but it's just decides to wake up here, and it serves you very well. So you look over the documents on there, and you're not seeing a whole lot that strikes you as being particularly relevant to this. You're seeing just it seems to mostly be what this guy said. Mostly just inventory registers, ledgers of ships that are coming and going that are, like when they're expected to arrive, that have trade deals with this company that are operating through it. Employee rosters. You do see Ricard's name on one of them with a strike through it.
Indicating he's been fired.
Indeed. And not necessarily far from that, though you can't see the bulk of it, so it's sort of like under some of the documents. You see like a corner of a piece of paper poking out that has a sort of like a signature scrawled on it as if like signing a letter that reads Claudian, and then the rest of the name is covered up.
Claudian. Did we encounter anyone named Claudian?
You have not? I'll just put it in chat.
And with that, I was like,
Do you work for someone? I've just kind of been around about, heard a couple of things named Claudian.
So, guy sort of like Totemar sort of stiffens up a little bit at that. Looks over at you. We work together on occasion. Why?
Did he notice to be stiffened up?
Yeah.
Does he look like scared, nervous?
A little nervous, yeah.
What do you work on together?
Just coordinate shipments and whatnot.
so he's a pretty big fish around here, huh?
He's like the biggest merchant guy in town, yeah.
And where would one find him?
He has a sort of a bigger office a little further in.
Hold on.
So he's high on the hierarchy, and
So where is this piece of paper that has the signature but is kind of sticking out?
It's sort of just like on the edge of the desk under a bunch of others.
And a bunch of others. Could it feasibly, if in the right scenario, be slipped out and taken?
I can try.
Without being noticed, it would require a pretty high roll, but it could theoretically be
That's
done.
why. Hold on.
Yeah.
You want me to distract or
Rose
was that
is the one
stealth or
who's
thievery?
Rose is the one who's seen it. So
Yeah, so
Rose is going to kind of go over to Aeon and go, Aeon, can you just distract so he's not looking at the desk?
Okay. Oh god. What's this guy's name again?
Totemar.
I forget
Totomar.
this name.
Totomar.
Mr. Totomar Koopa,
Yes.
how long have you been working here? Was anything strange about these your job as a businessman? Because it must be very tiring on you. You look so tired with all the alcohol.
What? No, He puts down the glass. Look, I'm on my lunch. Look, I'm on my lunch break right now.
But there's no food. There's just drinking. Do you have an alcohol addiction? I know some helpful things. My great-grandpa...
Dude, you guys came in here right as I was about to go get lunch. I was on my way to go eat.
Did you want a lollipop?
While he's getting flustered with this, Rose is just kind of slink over and attempt to snag the paper.
Go ahead and make a stealth check. Give yourself an additional +2 thanks to Aeon's distraction.
Does the cat have any stealth?
Yes. She had to sneak out of her parents' house every now and then. Not as much as me, but she does have some.
I see she's inherited a bit of the stealth elf.
She is a cat. Cats are very quiet.
4...
That is true, yeah.
8. I'm going to add a d6.
Oh, okay. Spending a destiny point. All right.
I did get a destiny point because I completed one of my goals when I reached land.
Fair enough.
6, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14. Okay. You rolled a 5. So
Great use of destiny. Hallelujah.
yeah. So yeah. You slink over towards the desk unabated. Still gonna require a thievery check to grab it without it making noise.
Yeah, right.
Does Rose have any thievery?
See, that's my issue with Aeon. I have one, not the other.
That would be 10. I can
10.
add an extra d6 if necessary. Or 3. What do you guys think?
I'm not gonna tell you if you're successful or not
Yeah.
until you call a final roll.
I'm gonna just
Yeah.
go ahead and do it. This is
How
very.
much destiny do you
Yeah.
have?
Well, after using that, I have 3.
Well, we don't even have limit breaks right now, so.
Yeah.
I say go for it.
Alright, I'm gonna add
Okay.
extra d6 then, so down to 2 destiny. Six. Alright. So that was 16.
16.
Damn.
And how much did that extra d6 add?
6.
6.
6.
So you needed that
Good.
because he rolled an 11.
Ooh,
Good.
So you just managed to scrape by. You sort of slip it out, and there's a brief little, as it's sort of slipping out, and for a second you cringe, but as it's slipping out and starting to make noise, Aeon, you just sneeze, just randomly a point of dust just sort of goes up your nose, and you're just.
Aeon just looks over and sees Rosa do it, and just at the last second.
Pretty much. And Rosa, you are quickly able to just slip the sheet of paper out.
Alright, I'm just gonna put it in a...
I'm so
Okay.
sorry, Koopo. I didn't mean to sneeze, Koopo. It's all dirty here. Let me get you a rag.
He just starts wiping his face.
Hey, okay, it's okay, fine.
Inara pulls him back.
Please do not touch me.
That is enough help.
All right, I think we've taken enough of this fine gentleman's time. I believe we should all go and just be on our way back to the inn. See if he ever brings us any information. Thank you for your time, sir. Goodbye.
Okay. Huh? And
And just it
You
pulls
leave.
everybody out.
Yeah, as Rose is going, she's gonna take back the 50 gil, barring one, she's gonna flick the last one to his desk. Thanks for the time. It's compensation for the paper just stolen.
And
You're
then as
lucky.
Aeon leaves, it's stay off the alcohol!
It's
smells
my
pretty weak.
lunch hour.
And as we all make our way out of the building, when we are outside, it's Cassandra is just first off, Aeon. Nice work. Nice work on the distraction. Holds up her hand for a high five.
Yee, Koopa.
So,
And Rosa, did we get anything interesting off?
That's good.
Did you ever
Give
do anything
me a moment.
before?
What's wrong with that? Breathing.
Oh, you okay there, Rosa?
I'm fine.
How did it feel how did it feel stealing from a very important merchant for the first time?
You know, I was kind of annoyed, and then the whole giving him money thing didn't work. So then I saw the Claudian thing, which he's got really nervous about, and then I thought, oh, I'll nick it. And then right as we're walking out, it kind of hit me. Holy crap!
Rosa,
Okay.
Rosa, calm.
Okay, Rosa.
Be collective.
Rosa, sweetie. First, breathe.
Breathing. I like oxygen. It's nice.
Good. Now, let's see this paper.
Oh right, yeah. It had the name Claudian signed on it. He had a what's his name? It had Rickard's name as well, but it was like struck out as if you're fired, no longer part of the company.
Well,
And
paper.
this. Take out the paper and look at it.
All right, give me just a second. I'm typing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Claude. Oh, that's Claudian name. This seems.
I thought I was gonna have another fishing rod incident where I try to think outside the box and it goes nothing nowhere.
Oh my
The fishing
God.
rod was just me improvising something, and you latched onto it. That was not my fault.
Listen, I still made it useful.
You did.
You
You
did.
did.
I fished them out. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
All right.
I was taken out. But this seemed odd though. Like he stops coming to work, but he's actually been fired. So the goes missing, and then when we bring it up, especially Claudian, he acts scared.
Sounds like a cover-up to me. So, again, once the almighty DM...
Yeah, I'm having to type this up because that critical success pretty much forced my hand to invent some sort of benefit for you here. So this was not part of my plan. I'm having to make this bit up.
Aeon just goes up to
Click,
Sandra
click,
and
click,
says,
You need to be patient. The Almighty God is focusing. Wait.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Tell me, Rosa.
Hmm?
Have you ever stolen anything before?
No,
Are
No.
you lying?
no. Oh, technically, I paid for it with a guild. It's a bit pickle.
You see, Rosa, rule number 1 with adventuring. It's only stealing if you get caught.
That's not how that. Okay.
Rosa Cooper.
Rule number 2. If it leads to a happy ending, there's no harm done.
Rule number 3. If they drink alcohol, judge them for it.
As for my comments on this, I have to say, nice job on your first thievery, I guess.
Look at me. I did the distraction, Cooper.
Yeah, Kai's like, you did a good job.
Yay!
You are the best distraction.
Rosa, you need to teach me stealth and I can teach you thievery.
I mean, not exactly stealth cat, but I can show you how to just not be seen by the prying eyes of overprotected parents.
Well, I mean,
Well, I
you must
said-
have... Sorry, go ahead.
But, well, I say you did a pretty well job at it. A little bit sluggish. I did hear a bit, but he couldn't hear with his primitive hearing, so...
I don't know. I just
It's a
went for it.
win-win.
I didn't really think about it. I was, like I said, I was annoyed and I wasn't really considering it. And Aeon, you should annoy me more often. Apparently, I get things done.
I
was
don't
about-
want to annoy you.
I forgive you.
All right. So at this
Gives Aeon
point,
pats.
okay. So at this point, Tom, you are going to be you're going to be reading the note now, and I'm just going to copy paste the contents to you in Discord.
All right. Anyway, now we should finally read this note. It's done writing itself. Let me just stop watching frickin' stream because it's blocking the notes. Yeah.
I probably still should keep
Oh.
to the dungeon music for now, just because that's tension.
There we go. Okay, let's look. Totemar. I recently received word that you've been poking around what happened with Ricard the other night. I would strongly advise that you cease this activity at once. He capitalized strongly. The matter is well in hand, and I would hate to see our business revenues be jeopardized by reckless nose poking. My good friend will be coming to see you soon to discuss the finer details. I look forward to a productive and cooperative relationship moving forward. Claudian Zettermund. Is this guy like leading a crime syndicate or something? I'm getting crime vibes.
Sounds kind of douchey.
Not sure what this crime syndicate you speak of. However, doesn't seem he was going to be all that willing to help us anyways.
So our guy in there is being intimidated by a bigger fish in the pond.
My good friend. That does sound like... I'm gonna send someone to beat you up if you don't shut up.
Yes. Seems this Claudian is the one we should really talk to. Though I doubt he'll be much as willing to talk to us.
From one scumbag to another, it seems.
Well, we have the address for our currently wayward Ricard. You might want to check out, but yeah, this Claudian guy. I have a feeling this Ricard and Celia may have run afoul of this guy.
It's possible. Looks like we've got ourselves into a bigger mess than I really thought we would. Oh well.
Well, let's.
So,
we're checking out Ricard's place?
yeah.
Claudian. Adding this note to my notes.
So, yeah, Claudian. So let's go check out Ricard's place. See if anything there shines a little light on this newly found mystery.
I started to realize one thing. Being with you lot's going to be quite a frequent thing, isn't it? Be one into random thugs left and right.
I expected more monsters, but I guess.
Monsters come in all shapes and sizes, Rosa. And not all look it from the outside.
Well, that brings my interest.
Anyway, let's head over there and see what we can find.
I was thinking of like crime bosses and criminals and notorious ones. I don't. Criminal suit Claudian wouldn't ring any sort of bells. Just trying to think of criminal syndicates. I don't know of any criminal syndicates or notorious assholes that operate in this country. Do I? Like,
make a general lore check.
yeah, just from.
That brings up a question.
Because obviously I know about the Vinaldi family and they're split off around Folia.
I'd say they don't operate as a crime family anymore.
But yeah, they have an offshoot. They fight a lot. But more general.
Now I got a question in my head.
4, 5,
Were they
6.
been related to the thugs back at Narasu, or were they just their own separate thing?
Oh, that's a point.
That is.
They weren't going to take a boat to leave.
4, 5, 6, only 7.
7.
Plus 1.
I mean, you know that such groups probably exist, but outside of that, you don't really know any specifics.
Okay, so Ricard's house.
All right. So, as you go and you slip your way out of the Dorder Trade Company's office and make your way back out onto the streets, I think for now that would be a good place to call it.
Alright.
Mostly
Yep.
on the grounds that I've kind of had to adapt my situation here around a lot to accommodate that damn critical success. So I have
Well,
to.
don't have that name yet, huh?
Yeah, that was a. You guys pretty much skipped an entire step thanks to that.
What was the role you had me do when we were traveling?
Probably
That
random
was just me fucking with you.
Ah! Hey! That's not funny!
I rolled randomly I rolled randomly. It wasn't me being malicious. It just landed on you. It was by chance. I do it sometimes, okay? Sometimes I just fuck with you guys.
Yeah. Just get used to that. He'll ask for random rolls, and sometimes something will happen, sometimes it will not.
But you're not helping it either. You just said when he says, "Oh, interesting. Oh, that's a bad thing. Oh, we're all screwed. This and that. Da da da." You're not helping it any better.
Because sometimes he's right. Sometimes I go, "Oh, that's interesting," and then you guys do get screwed over.
This is like the relationship with me and ours.
Sometimes I lie, and sometimes I do not. It all depends on if I have plans. But it keeps you guys on your toes. Now, with all of that said, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for tuning in to this episode of Final Fantasy Chronicles of Eno. We'll see you next time. Until then, keep listening, people. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Alright.
Looks like we got a mystery on our hands, gang.
Yeah, that you do. That
Right.
you do.
I already know Kai's gonna be Velma.
I am not Scooby-Doo.
You basically are Scooby-Doo.